throw those things.
Fucking rocks.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
What it is, folks?
What it is?
It's what it ain't.
I wish I had a closer volume knob.
Right.
It was like right here. It's all the way over there. I need a longer arm.
You need a thing longer.
I need a thing longer.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Uh-huh.
It's my strong hand.
Right.
Did I ever show you that picture? I gotta. Never mind.
No.
Anyway.
Uh-oh.
I'm Scott.
It's fucked up. I'm Trey.
And I'm Phil.
I forgot what the intro was going to be.
This is why you don't work with animals or children.
There we go.
Nope is
Nope.
today's subject.
Yeah. Never look at jean jackets the same way again.
Never.
Yeah.
Never again.
Man.
So what have you guys been up to this week?
Phil, what you got?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that I did except for go see this movie and work a bunch. I made it into the jungle one time. I haven't really made much progress, but I did find a grappling hook.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so is this like you have to throw it?
Yeah, and then
climb up?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So you found it, you don't have to craft it?
Well, I'm playing story mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so maybe in the other mode, you either... I don't know. I don't know. I know in the story mode you have to find it. But you can harvest iron ore and then make a forge. So...
Right.
I mean, it would make sense if you would be able to craft it in, like, survival mode or some shit like that, you know?
Well, I kept saying to her, you know, because she's been watching me play it, and I'm like, oh, I need to get this grappling hook. And then she's like, oh, well, maybe you can make one. So she said the same thing, you know, because she sees me make shit all the time. And I'm like, no, baby, I think I got to find it. And she goes, well, you know, if you took some of those toucan beaks and then you did this, then you could make a grappling hook. And I'm going,
yes.
Yeah.
I like where you're
I
going.
like where you're taking it. I like where you're going with this.
But I don't think I can do that.
Make a grappling hook out of toucan.
Out of toucan beaks. That's what she said. Toucan beaks.
I feel like this should be drawn.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm drawing this toucan beak grappling hook.
grapplings. I
Sounds
love
like
it.
something what's his name? Craven would use or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Yep. So, I mean, how is the story?
Story's pretty good. I mean, like I said, main character's a jackass. He's like kind of like Ethan, you know, where you're just like,
He's like, what's going
this.
on?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right.
No, of
No.
course not. Yeah. He doesn't understand humor, you know, some shit like
okay.
that. Other than that, though, it's kind of cool because I really don't know what is actually going on. There's obviously some twist or something that's fucked up here, because basically it's talking about this indigenous tribe that they've had issues with their territory getting smaller and smaller because of deforestation in the Amazon jungles.
Yeah.
And they're worried that the last remnants of their culture is about to die off, basically. And then your group is a small group of people that are more like anthropologists and that kind of thing, and so they're actually trying to help preserve the community and figure out a way to like, you know, stave off some of the deforestation. But like your girlfriend, she knows more about the tribe than you do, and she's been in contact with them a couple of times. And so when you fly in, you know, it's like the two of you at this camp that was set up by your group, the the humanitarian group. And so there's this large camp and everything, and then she basically goes off before you wake up one morning to go, meet with the tribe and the elders specifically, so that she can warn them, hey, look, I got somebody else. We're both trying to come in, help you, figure out a way that we can bridge the gap here. Because pretty much all they're trying to do is figure out where they want their area, so that they can establish that with the people that are trying to tear everything down. Because of course they're gonna respect those boundaries.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
my next question is the protagonist and his girlfriend. Are they American?
She sounds like she's South American.
Okay.
But he's white as hell.
Of course.
He's
yeah. I mean, that's what it sounded like to me. I'm just like,
oh yeah, yeah, khaki shorts and all, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Polo shirt.
You know what your struggle needs? Me.
That's right. She did invite him, so there's at least. But no, it seems like she went over there, and then some bad shit occurred, and then they do this weird cut scene where it's like he approaches the village, and then you just see flashes of things happening, and then there's fire, and then there's a lot of noise, and then he's running, and then you wake up on a beach, and he doesn't remember anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then that's part of the reason why I was supposed to drink the ayahuasca, is so that you could remember what happened to you. I just saw a little naked kid. And then
was it eating a trash can?
No, he was just he was using a stick and just fucking around with something on the ground, and then he saw me, and then he started running.
It's Crimes of the Future.
Oh,
yeah,
well, yeah,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Totally get that reference.
No, he was eating that purple chocolate.
This is like the only place where I can make that joke.
It really
right.
Get it. Jesus. Okay, fine.
It's like, huh? Why would you eat a trash can? That doesn't sound sanitary.
Yeah, it's fine. We got organs for that. It cleans it up and everything.
Cleans up everything.
You don't have that sanitizer organ?
I don't.
Dude, you are so 1987.
But yeah, it's cool. I like the way the story's taken me forward, but I just don't like my dude. I don't even know his name.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name's Mia, so I know that.
No.
So right.
Don't like it.
Nope. Immediately, right?
Nope.
I almost feel like they did that on purpose, because there's something not so good.
They're trying to redeem Mia's across the world.
Because no, there's no way. Like,
she rough?
Something's happening.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah.
Something fucked up is happening. Yeah.
I used to love that name when I was a kid.
Mia's a good name.
It's a really good name. My sister had. My sister has a friend named Mia. I was like, I love that name. As an adult, I'm like, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your name's Mia? Nope. I'm out.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia Figaro.
Magnifico.
Oh.
I think I did something else. Oh, I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, how do you feel about
hell yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of references that I am not privy to. But I enjoyed the movie. I think it's funny that Tarantino has just decided to do alternate history.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You're like, this is how World War II should have gone.
Yeah.
This is how old Hollywood and the tape murders should have gone.
Lime. Hello.
Yo,
Lime.
How'd you get Cheez-Its?
Yeah, for real.
I want some Cheez-Its.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Are those extreme flavor blasted Cheez-Its?
Are they the puffy Cheez-Its?
Cheddar Jack. Those are the ones.
Yeah, but those puffy ones look great.
Puffy ones do look great.
Yeah, I've never tried.
Yeah, they got puffy Cheez-Its now.
Puffy Cheez-Its?
Yeah, boy.
I'd puff a Cheez-It.
I would.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right now.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well then, I like
Awesome.
it. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is probably my least favorite Tarantino movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
I saw it like opening night, saw it in theaters. I was super excited for it, and watched it, and it's fine. You know, it's cool. Conversations are interesting. The alternate history approach is an interesting decision. Yeah. It's really crazy. It is cool seeing Bruce Lee kind of just be a farce.
Oh,
you know. That was really kind of funny.
He wasn't kicking my ass. He's like, well, the dent in the car over there. So man, that one part where he started freaking out outside. He's like, here, man, take my glasses. Don't cry in front of the Mexicans.
Right.
Oh, damn.
Like, there are a lot of really zingers in it.
Yeah.
But overall, it feels like it's missing something.
Right.
You know?
It just seems like he just wanted to just do something.
Well, what's that movie It's a Coen Brothers film. It's Hail Caesar. You guys
Hail
seen Hail
Caesar,
Caesar?
yeah.
I've not.
I like Hail Caesar.
This is real similar to Hail Caesar.
Oh, okay.
Like to me, it's like Hail Caesar is. I mean, they both are representative of their directors, right?
Right.
That's a Coen
yeah.
Brothers, and it's very Coen Brothers, but it's the same kind of weird, like, I guess it's a little bit earlier in Hollywood because it would be more like 40s era.
Yeah.
40s, 50s.
Yeah,
40s.
40s.
But it's still very similar on that lines. I liked it.
Yeah,
but I also
think
can
it was
understand
a
what
fine
you mean.
movie, but
it's
by
a weaker
comparison,
Tarantino
yeah,
film,
exactly.
though. Yeah,
That's the
right.
problem when your portfolio is so strong.
Yeah.
Then it becomes problematic.
And
So
then
what's
you
your
just
favorite
make,
one, though?
and then you just make a movie. It's just like, yeah, I just made a movie, but
Yeah.
then it's like, but none of these others were just movies.
Well, I feel like Nope kind of also falls into that same pit. Like if you like look at a lot of reviewers, it's pretty divisive. Right?
It is.
It's very divisive.
And I've looked
we
into
can get
barely anything as far as people's opinions. I looked at some quick scores because I just pulled up IMDb to make sure I had names right.
Right.
But like, because
But
really,
yeah.
I didn't realize her name was Emerald.
Emerald.
Yeah.
M.
I was M the whole time. Right. I didn't know it was Emerald.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also
But
just having conversations with people about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it really put me in that same mindset where if you go in, you're just thinking about us and you're thinking about what was the other one? Get Out.
Get Out. Yeah,
you know,
totally.
then this is something else, right?
This
and
is something
that's
else,
the thing.
But
if you're
Keanu
already
was something
going in-
else.
So what?
Keanu was something else.
Keanu's gold.
It's fucking gold. Yeah.
Keanu's gold. But that's the whole
You
thing.
see,
It's
he
like
didn't have a
you're-
father figure growing up.
Right, yeah. But I mean, if you go into it expecting that same amount of charge, then I mean, you're gonna feel a certain kind of way when you come out.
Yeah. And it works the same with some Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Right.
where it's that like
If you expect Kill Bill going into it, then you're gonna be disappointed.
if you're expecting Jackie Brown, my favorite one, which is funny because Jackie Brown's one of those a lot of people don't
That's
like.
true.
Where they're like,
Very
no, this
true.
is his weakest movie, and,
Right.
and to me that's his his
That's
best.
false.
That shit is perfect. Dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I digress. What'd you boys do?
What you got?
I got a hernia.
Oh no!
So if you see me getting less hype about things today, that's why.
Yeah, Scott took an arrow to the side.
I took an
Took
arrow to the side.
Yeah. I was an
Used to be a
adventurer
fisher.
once.
But it's all right. I'm gonna make it through it. I do it all for you.
God, dude, you're
I
gonna
do it all for you.
Okay, so we can't make him laugh. I can't hit him.
Yeah,
That's the thing that I was
You
saying.
can't
I was
shake
like,
me.
Man, it's
Can't
like that's
do
one of my
any of
favorite
that.
things. I get excited,
And
and
you
the
hit
first
it.
thing I do is
Actually, you
yeah.
want to do me a favor? Hit that orange button.
you want to do us a favor? Hit that like button.
Hit
and
that like
button.
Hit the
You know
like
what I'm
button.
Subscribe.
Hit the subscribe.
Hit a share.
Yeah.
Hit a share
For me, because I'm hurting for you.
Then hit that Patreon.
Hit that Patreon.
See, you got
He's
medical
hurting.
bills.
Because I got medical bills coming. God damn it.
I don't know how.
Yeah. Damn. Okay, sorry.
Okay,
We're
yeah,
back.
sorry about
We're
that,
back.
guys. That was odd.
Yeah, that was odd.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay.
Damn.
So you
But-
started watching MHA again.
Yeah, again, I'm back to where I was, which is like after the like what is it, the probationary
tuning
line.
exams?
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole show is basically the tuning.
That's true.
I'm
That's
just-
that's actually
like the
very
whole
accurate.
fucking show is just a string of tournament arcs so far. But nah, it's the provisional
Oh,
hero license
thanks for waiting.
thing. Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, so they're going off with their interns and best genist.
Yeah. Well, no. That's their internship. That's early on. That's like late first season or like early second.
So you're
season.
talking about when they were on the
I'm
island?
talking. I'm on third season.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all
season
getting
2.
jumbled up. For
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So-
It's right after
Yeah, I'm
the
not really
All
sure
for
what
One.
happened, but thank you.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you
thank
guys.
you for
appreciate you,
for
Mark.
Yes.
hanging out. Yeah. It's after All for One, after that big fight, and All Might.
Oh yeah.
And then they go and they get their license that allows them to actually act like real heroes,
Right.
but it's probation. It's provisional. Blah, 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 blah.
And at
So
that
I'm
point,
there.
Byaku's still Byako and Shoto. They didn't get theirs
Yeah.
yet, right?
No. They Bakugo and
They're in trouble.
Shoto. They fucked up on a lot of the tests.
Right.
So, yeah. So I'm right there, and it's getting right up to the point to where I've kind of stopped watching, so I know I'm at least a season, if not 2, behind.
Okay.
You know, so that's really why I wanted to rewatch all of it, is to keep all of it fresh, and then when I go into the new shit, it's like, oh, cool, new shit.
Right.
Because I've always liked the show. I just don't like actively keep up with it. I kind of wait for like a season or 2 to come out, and then I just binge it.
I think they do a very good job for a shonen of actually keeping things varied and interesting.
Yeah,
you know? Like even once you figure out, like, or you feel like I see their power creep and I understand exactly how it's going to work out.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, curveball.
Yeah,
you know
things are going to get
entirely
different, you know. You know, Deku can't use his arms, so he's got to use his legs.
Bruh. Yeah, when he's like sitting there trying to use his fingers and he's breaking them one by one.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so
all
sick.
of his fucking fingers are broken. All he has is his thumb, but he can't, like...
And then they're just, like, flapping in the wind,
yeah.
you know? Because they're... Oh, my God.
Dude, it's
sick.
It's good.
Sick.
It's
that
a good
fight
show.
With Shoto, man, where all the, like, blocks come up from the arena, and then you hear that...
Yeah,
like,
dude.
And it all just breaks apart. Like, dude, I love it.
It's a hype show, man. It's a hype show.
Yeah.
Beyond that, Made in Abyss season 2. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's out now. Huh?
Wait, it's out?
There's like 6 or 7 episodes. I've only watched 5.
Lime, have you watched Made in Abyss?
Watch Made in Abyss.
Lime, can you just please just start watching Made in Abyss, please, and get your Kleenex, boo.
It's pretty amazing.
Get your Kleenex.
It will, yeah.
Ooh, it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we had season 1, then we had the movie.
Season 1, then the movie Dawn of the Deep Soul.
Yes.
And then season 2 is airing on High Dive right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on Prime.
Oh.
I don't know if it's on Prime though.
Okay.
But it is on High Dive, and it's on 9, which is where I watched it.
Not doing it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so there's a they're releasing them weekly.
I want to watch Sandman.
Yes, they're releasing them weekly. Right now, I think there's either 6 or 7 episodes right now. Like I said, I've only watched up to the 5th.
Okay.
Hey, are y'all interested in Sandman?
I'm curious.
I want to
see it. Read any
I love
of it?
the graphic novels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I only read like I mean, I don't know what it was separated in because it was you remember the large compendium versions? Yeah. So I read the first one of those.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
But I loved it.
Heck yeah.
You know?
I mean, I want to see it.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to know anything about this?
No.
Made in Abyss. Anything
Absolutely
at
not.
all?
No.
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 Okay.
Neither of us.
This is too powerful.
It's really good.
Oh no,
Okay.
no! This starts when I go home.
Yeah.
Like the second I get home, this
Yeah.
is going down. And so, matter of fact,
I mean, just get a free trial for High Dive, and then
I've never even heard of High Dive.
High Dive is good. High Dive is real good.
Wait. It's not on Crunchy?
No, it was on Amazon Prime. Remember?
It was on Amazon Prime before. And
Wow.
I haven't found it on. I haven't found the second season on Prime yet, but I know for a fact it's on High Dive. High Dive might have it exclusive for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
High Dive's making moves, man.
I just never heard of that service at all. So, all right, I'm looking up right now.
So good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, and it's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It looks.
Yeah.
It looks. This new season looks even better than any
Especially,
of the
like,
shit that's come before.
So
Wow.
it
Yeah.
picks up right after the end of the movie, though.
Yes.
That's what I figured.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, kind of, sort of.
Okay. Close enough.
But
though?
I'm not. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Just go in blind. Watch it. It's great. It's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
So.
Heard.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay,
What you got,
dude.
Trey?
I all of a sudden I can't think about shit.
Well,
Why didn't you say
you
anything
downloaded
earlier?
something.
I'm
You
so
downloaded
excited.
something
I'll
last
get to
night.
that in a minute. I am so excited.
Yeah.
For Made in Abyss,
Dude.
like we were okay because
It
we've
goes-
been watching. We've been
it goes
watching.
places.
Dude, I can't wait. Because we've been watching What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
you know
tell
what I'm
me.
saying?
Yeah,
New
yeah.
episodes air on Wednesdays, and
Yeah.
this new season's just amazing. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. But we were looking for something else to watch to the point that we were going to go back and actually just start Bleach again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, Made in Abyss? Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
but
out.
no, what did I do this past week? Okay, so I finished Stray.
Cool.
Yeah,
What'd you think?
the other night. Phenomenal.
Good.
Just as I love Annapurna games anyway. Games like the Pathless and those games where the ending it's like I hate to say it's not an ending. You know what I'm saying? It's like indicative that, more things could happen. It's like one of those situations where I'm like, okay, I'm going to play some straight and relax. And then within 20 minutes, the credits were rolling. And then you put things together. They really did some really creative stuff in that game.
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool. I think there's only one patch in the middle where difficulty kind of goes up a little bit.
Okay.
And then after that, it's really more focused on the adventure side of everything.
Yeah.
And so they kind of let you ease out of the game. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of walk out. But that being stated, when you think about the entirety, like the ending is really just one animation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, for real. It's like,
cool.
Because you're just a cat, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, the storyline ends at a certain point, and then after that, it's just like a little bit of visual spectacle and credits roll.
Okay.
But I think that it's a very emotional experience. It's a very emotional journey. I could see how some people would be a little bit disappointed by it, because it's not just like giant boss fight, end of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not typical in that way. But it's very, very elegantly handled.
What would a giant boss fight in that game even be like?
I mean, it could be. I mean, you could do all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? Just have some big thing that's eating all the robot people.
And you got to keep knocking cans off on it.
Or smashing on buttons or whatever. You could. You could come up with something because
you could just just be cute, like
well,
at
it.
it.
B12,
And
B12 is gonna
exactly.
be the one to tell you like, hey, do this. I'm gonna hack stuff, and it's whatever. But you could do that. It does make me hope that maybe they make another cat game that's a bit more fantastic. Like instead of like they've done the realistic one, and so next time let's use the same physics and.
Cats with dragons.
Yeah, dude. You remember what was that? Rainbow Kitten? Is it Rainbow Kitten? No, Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
I'm just thinking of Nyan Cat.
Yeah,
that's all I'm
Nyan Cat.
thinking
That's
of.
the one. Exactly,
Okay.
literally. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want.
Nyan Cat's a
barfing
Pop-Tart, though.
rainbows.
That's right.
That game will fuck with your head. I loved it. I was so obsessed with it. But yeah, finished that out. Started playing. Let's see, what order do we want to go in? I wanted to play some VR. You told me about Green Hell, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to start playing Saints and Sinners again.
Oh, cool.
So I started that up, and then started just having weird tracking issues where, I have zombies around me, I'm trying to drill a knife into their skull.
And you get
I
wacky
can't push
arms?
it. Yeah, like it just
man.
won't push all the way into their head, and all this kind of shit,
I hate
man.
that.
I
Noodly wrists in
Right.
VR, man. Fuck.
Dude, it makes me so mad. And so I stopped playing it, even though I was like, this game is beautiful, and I'm going to spend more time with it. I think it was a lighting issue. I think I needed more lighting in the room because it was kind of dark and whatever. But then what I did was I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to peek into...
Real quick, I found something out.
What's that?
So, you can potentially not actually have lights in your room, like not have your lights on, and still light the room enough for the VR headset with IR lights.
Oh, that would make sense.
Because you can't see it,
Right.
but it totally projects a spectrum that the cameras can pick up.
That's really smart. That's
Right.
really good.
Yeah.
Because I like having that darkness. I'm not trying to always see the light bleeding in through.
Totally.
Right.
Like I like, especially for a game like Saints and Sinners. I forgot how terrifying that game just is naturally. But I ended
they
up.
get up on you, don't they?
They do. They do.
All of a sudden,
man.
there's a lot of dudes.
And then, of course, and if you get hit by one, you always get that audio cue that ring, and it's just like, oh shit,
and then you get like 3 of the funky ones with the flies, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm fucked right now.
Exactly. And so I peeked back into Zenith, and Zenith has seen a graphical update.
I really want to. Man, they've had some updates on it.
It
saw.
looks really, really nice. Like
Yeah.
I was sitting there just climbing around, climbed to the top of this tower. Some dude was up there cooking, and so I sat there and chatted with him for a minute.
Yeah.
He was baked out of his skull. He's
Nice.
like, man, I'm just stoned up here
Cooking.
and I was like, bro, all right. So I started cooking too. So
Yeah.
I was like, cool. So I played that for a little while, and then I did a quick stream. Well, that was the point. Of Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, I went ahead and downloaded that.
Did you see
and
that,
I was like,
that dance in the menus?
I don't really remember that.
You
so
don't?
much.
Yeah.
But that's only because that was overwritten by all the other crazy shit that happens. Even within 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should really check this game out.
Like a Dragon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you like JRPGs. And
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very much just a JRPG.
Yeah.
But with a
Yeah.
very mature coat of paint.
Yeah.
It makes me think of a Sega version of Persona 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. Yeah.
It's very, very very similar to Persona,
I still haven't played it, but every time I watch somebody play it, I'm like, fuck, this game looks great.
It's insane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it just makes you remember. It's like, okay, Sega's still here. It's like they just kind of put all their budget into this.
I mean, I still want to play Judgment. I never played either one of those.
Yeah. Well, see, those are more like beat 'em ups, right?
Yeah.
And which is really, really cool. But having this like set up like an RPG, like a JRPG, is kind of refreshing for me because I've been wanting to play a JRPG, but the problem with most JRPGs is that they kind of like do the things that old JRPGs have done with kind of a new coat of paint, but a very similar coat of paint. But this has a very unique style, feel, flair. Like, I mean, the lighting, absolutely gorgeous. You know, the voice acting, I'm playing dubbed. And for the most part, it's really, really good. And when it's really cheesy, it's fucking hilarious, right? And so, and it's one of those games that goes from like super...
Those are my favorite dubs.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, man. It's like a good time, man. It's like, and so it goes from like, you
People
know,
die when they are killed.
being very, very serious and very dark to all of a sudden being really tongue-in-cheek, just like rapid fire.
Nice.
You know? And so like, I think the pacing's really good. Next thing I knew, I was like, 3 hours in.
Yeah. So by the way, just in case you don't know, Like a Dragon is free on PlayStation Plus this month.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I mean, if you have PlayStation Plus, definitely at least add it to your library. And when you find some time, give it a shot because I mean, seal of approval out the gate. I'm definitely gonna play through this game.
Oh yeah,
cool.
You might download that tonight.
It's a good one. I mean, some of those cutscenes get a little long, but they are interesting. Like you never feel like, God damn it, just come on.
Well, as long as the cutscene is
man?
Interesting or at least funny or entertaining, then it doesn't matter how long it is.
It's so much, man, and their attention to detail.
And that's another thing with like, especially like JRPGs and stuff. Sometimes, especially newer JRPGs, some of that shit goes on so fucking long that you're just like, fuck it, skip it. I don't need to know any of this shit.
Right.
And then you miss an important part of information that you needed for the next quest.
They hide one little bit of information in a whole bunch of mundane bullshit.
A whole bunch of dialogue, and even the combat system of this game is really cool because I mean, of course, you have your standard attacks, special attacks, whatever, but you'll have enemies that'll be running up on you, and if you encounter something between you and them, like a road cone. You know what I'm saying? You choose attack. Instead of just running up and punching them, you're going to scoop up that road cone and like smack them in the face with it. So like your environment comes into play contextually,
cool.
Just in combat. There's all these weird little things that you wouldn't expect. Like I picked up a bicycle and busted some dude over the head with that. I was like, what? It's just so random.
This is how we do it downtown.
This is how we do it downtown. You know what I'm saying? And it's so Japanese, man. And I don't know who's paying for this shit. But if you go into some of the liquor stores, they have like the Macallan 12 you can order.
Get that Santori in there.
Glenfiddich. They got Yakuza 10, 12, and 18. I'm like, dude, these are real scotches, man. Lafroig. They have all the. I'm sitting here like, who paid who? Like this is fucking nuts. And they have the full labels and everything. Details on the whiskeys and bourbons. And I'm like, holy shit, And then of course you can go to Club Sega and play Super Hang On.
I knew about that.
Yeah, dude, play Virtual Fighter 2 or Virtual Fighter 5 Final Showdown. Like the full games are in there. I was playing some Outrun.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, and like different arcades have different games and everything. I'm a fan. I'm an Insta fan. So, but I did want to ask you, what were you talking about? I downloaded
something last night. It's that new Epic game.
Rumbleverse.
Yeah. What?
Rumbleverse
I know we talked about
live last night supposedly, but I think the servers crashed because it
so you haven't actually got to try it.
Yeah, I downloaded it just to get it out of the way, and I was like, let me just check it out. And they're like, thanks for playing, and I was like, oh, well, you're welcome. Let's play.
Wow, that was easy.
Yeah, for real, right? And then it just put me in a loop, and that's just it. So I don't know if they crashed. Yeah, so that's an arena-based.
So it's not Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
It
but
is.
It's still 3D Battle Royale. And so, but it's melee.
So they made another one?
Yeah.
Fucking epic.
You can like suplex people and powerbomb.
Can't
them
I
off
just
of
have an
rooftops
Unreal
and shit.
tournament? They're never going to give me another
You know
Unreal
what?
tournament.
Probably not.
Never.
And if they do, it'll be a BR.
Well, dude, they made the new one, and they just basically made Bones, and they were like, all right, community, you build the rest of this beast.
Yeah.
And they've done a little bit, but...
Right. I just feel like if we did get a new Unreal Tournament, it might just feel basic by comparison.
Did you play Quake? What was it called, man? The newest Quake that was online only.
Wait, the one that was still
Quick
like
Champions. Quick Champions. Did you
Okay,
play Quick Champions?
no, I'm thinking about the one that was still using the old graphics.
No,
and
this is
everything.
the new Tech 6 engine or whatever.
Mm-mm.
So
No, I haven't touched it.
it looks like the new Dooms, as
Right.
far as quality, but it's way more on the Quake side. So it's all that Geiger look,
Right.
Geiger mechanical look. But yeah, no, it was like a hero based version of Quake 3.
Huh.
Okay.
It's cool. Like, it's really
Right.
cool. Everybody has their individual abilities, but for the most part, you're just running around picking up the weapons and doing the regular
I
Quake
always
3
liked
thing.
Quake enough.
Quake
but
3's
I'm
good,
an
but
Unreal
UT's
kid.
better.
Yeah,
That's
right.
all.
It's
yeah.
like between
Yeah.
the two, I spent all my time with UT.
You remember
you
when
know?
like 2003 and 4 came out, and they started putting like the vehicle modes and all that shit, like Onslaught and
Yeah.
everything. Like, it just got crazy,
Yeah.
and then they abandoned it. Because I mean, those modes were as cool as anything that was in Halo Infinite.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Totally.
We don't get
and
that,
a lot of
though.
people they're having a hard time with like Apex right now.
Yeah.
Apparently Apex is broken to hell and back.
We need tribes
know,
to come back.
We need tribes.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That'd be great. You know what I'm saying? Or just give us a new Titanfall and just call it a day.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, like I'll take it. But yeah.
News?
Oh yeah, and well, I guess we have
Juicy.
to wait. So whatever.
Right.
Ooh, bad news first.
Yep.
Bad news bears.
Bad news first. Rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably
that
what
one-
is it?
that one's serious.
Best known for Grease.
Mm-hmm.
She was in Glee apparently.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's
I
what
never
it
watched
said.
Glee.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Neither have I. She was in Sharknado 5.
Oh, my God.
For sure.
Make sure to mention the good ones, Scott.
Yeah, right.
You know, and so yeah, she's a legend, man.
Well,
Yeah,
legend.
singer,
Seriously.
actress, activist.
How old was
Yeah.
she? 70,
74.
74, 76, something like that. It was like, yeah.
I guess we should get that right.
Yeah.
But that's very, very unfortunate. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
We've been singing Grease songs at my job.
Oh, really?
don't wanna know
well.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Grease Lightning, man.
Oh,
I know it
yeah.
has nothing
Yeah.
to do with her,
Yeah.
but just the whole line, "You are supreme." The chicks will cream for Grease Lightning. I was
Damn.
like, what? And I was a kid. I would bop around my house,
Still
singing that at the top of my lungs, and my parents just let me. You know, they never, the chicks will cream. Like, what? I'd do it in front of my whole family. They'd be like, oh,
That's
clapping.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. Like, really.
He don't know what he's saying.
He has no
He
idea.
has no idea.
But
Yeah.
You will be missed, Olivia.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
And then,
no, go ahead.
oh no. I guess next thing,
Mm-hmm.
which me and Phil were wondering why is this news?
Because it's fucking hilarious.
It is funny. Okay, see, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
okay,
So, yeah,
so that's
'cause
why
it's
it is?
73.
right. But isn't it more
73.
funny that there were dominoes
Look,
in
In Italy
Okay,
at all?
So the news here is that Domino's has had to shut down all their locations. They had 54 locations left in all of Italy.
Okay.
And they had to shut them hoes down. And they tried to make a big deal about it, but Italy didn't care.
Of
Italy's
course
like,
not.
what are you doing, man? We make pizza better, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people saw it as an insult that they went over there with a plan to open, I think it was like 560 locations across Italy, right?
That didn't go well.
No,
I can see.
obviously
Yeah.
not.
No, what were you thinking
Yeah,
in
really.
the first place, man? Like, you're going to go to Italy and be like,
Yeah.
Domino's, we do it better.
Yeah. No.
You know, you lost your mind. And
See,
so,
now if Little Caesars had popped in that bitch, then they would have been like, we don't do it better, we do it cheaper.
We do it cheaper.
And
Yeah,
then-
that's what it is.
exactly. Be like, okay.
Well,
You
not
can
anymore.
stay, Little Caesar.
You know.
It's okay.
Not anymore. Little
I mean-
Caesar's been upping their price recently, and it's like, oh, come on, man. That was the only thing you had
it's the
going
cost
for
of
you.
that extra pizza, you see.
Ah,
If it was just pizza, it wouldn't be so bad. But,
But it's extra.
Extra pizza.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's
pizza,
what
pizza.
it is.
Yeah,
you
dude,
know,
that's-
You gotta
that's
quit
gonna
putting too
cost
many.
ya.
He had both
Caesar-
of them on that spear.
Right, he
he-
did.
trying to put too many pizzas on the spear.
That's right.
Spear's gonna break.
Come on,
Makes me
Caesar.
think of 9 bowls of soup.
Yeah, no, and bowls of soup.
You don't even like soup.
Yeah.
But no, it's just really funny that Domino's really thought that they could go to Italy, the birthplace of the pie,
Yeah.
and not just survive. They wanted to dominate. What are you thinking? And so this is one of those just dessert situations.
Really, seriously,
yeah.
You do
and
it
then
to yourself.
exactly. And then just looking at all the people that they interviewed about it, the people all the Italians they interviewed, they are wildly amused. What
they fucking think was gonna happen?
Exactly.
Domino's Pizza is leaving Italy. What do you think?
You can't even get a meatball there. That's what. I can't get one meatball there. So fuck that place.
Right.
It's this is like us going to Britain and trying to make an English muffin. What is this?
Yeah. Next move, we're opening up a bunch of Panda Expresses in China.
No, literally, one person said that. It's that'd be like us going to China and opening a Chinese restaurant. What is that? And so this just made me giggle, dude. I'm just this is a simple fact that they did it to begin with.
Man, I was trying to get this one picture, but I couldn't get it. But it was totally like the pizza holder thing that it looks like one of those roll down cupboards or like bread box things, right? But it was on the back of a Vespa, right? So it was like a big blue one that had like a thing that you keep the pizzas
like
in.
The one that was
to deliver.
Okay,
yes,
like the one that was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Yes, like that. Yes, but it was on a Vespa. Yeah, and I was like, this set screams Italian Domino's right here. I need the Vespa one. But look how tiny their cars are.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. They don't have to have the biggest.
No,
that's an American thing.
They're not sold the scam that we are.
Yeah.
Everyone needs the largest SUV you've ever seen.
The biggest one ever.
You need
it's the best.
You need a double Hummer. That's what you need. You don't need just a Hummer.
Yes, 5'4" Greek lady.
My truck right there.
She's good. Get out of my way.
For real. Good luck, everybody else. I'm
going to be safe in my tank.
Yeah, dude, they're efficient, man. Ugh. But if you want to get a tongue lashing, Jesus, dude, don't cut off an Italian dude. Don't do it. Or an Italian woman, Jesus.
That's good. That's good. So Evo
happened.
Who won? Because I couldn't find just a comprehensive list.
Right. Well, that's the thing, man. This was a lot of upsets this year.
Oh.
And so there were a lot of people that people were really expecting to, Idom. He made it into, I think it was he made it into grand finals. And still couldn't pull it out.
Wow! Is it a bunch of new cats that murdered this year?
Yeah.
They've been training over the lockdown.
Yeah,
that's
what
happened.
That's exactly what happened.
I think U.S. took Strive, and so
nice.
Umisho won that, which is great. Umisho once again, new,
nice.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. Okay. I mean, these people have been competing, but they're not like
they're not
superstars.
Household names,
right? Like Leffen, people expected him to take first,
yeah,
and he got third. You know what I'm saying? A lot of knockouts. Street Fighter V, Kawano beat Idom. That was emotional. And I mean, it came down to the very last match. I'm serious. Wow. Idom, he fucked up an input. He could have won that match and, took second place. Right? And so that was huge. Tekken 7, went to South Korea. Nee took that one. Pakistan, Arslan Ash, he was the defending, the reigning champion from previous Evos. He took third place.
Wow.
People have been on it this year, dude. It's like, and I think also the fact that so many people have been so used to playing online, and then this is actually playing live again.
It's a different
they've been compensating for the lag,
right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh no, this is way faster. And so. Especially with these games that don't have rollback netcode. Taiwan ended up taking King of Fighters,
nice.
And these are people that, nobody talks about, ZJZ and ET took 1 and 3. Zhao He, we knew him. He took third place. Dragon Ball Fighters, Wawa took first from France. That was another one where it was France versus U.S. A lot of these come down to regions, man. If people don't know who their champions are, then it becomes a regional thing, right? Which is super exciting. Totally. Very, very exciting. America likes to talk shit. We did the same thing with Street Fighter V.
This is our Olympics.
Exactly, right? This is our Olympics. This is our Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our shit. And so, it was just an emotional day, man. Like, watching those top 8s. Sonic Fox got knocked out of MK11. Everybody thought he was going to take that. You know what I'm saying? Sonic got knocked out. Punk got knocked out of Street Fighter V. I think he took 17th place.
Wow,
so all of our champions that we've known, I mean, they've all gotten knocked out, and all these are pretty much Japan dominated, Korea dominated.
Okay.
Pakistan is doing work. Spain was doing work. One of the places where U.S. did dominate was Multiverses. So two Americans actually did manage to take that 100K.
I actually watched that one.
Yeah.
With you guys.
Right. It was a good time.
It was a good time. I enjoy watching that game more than I like playing it.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
I mean, well, it is. It's super fast, and there's so much.
Especially when you have people that actually know what they're doing and can like set up combos and shit. It's a good time.
That's the way I feel about Mortal Kombat.
Right.
I am garbage at Mortal Kombat, but I love watching people that know what they're doing.
Oh yes, absolutely. I feel the same way. And so Nakat and Void actually won. And Void, man, I mean, Nakat, he plays Wonder Woman. And everybody's always hating on Wonder Woman. You know, oh, she's weak. And he even said it. He was like, oh, so Wonder Woman sucks, right? You know, and I was wondering, Robbie was like, yeah, she sucks. I'm like, she just won evil. What are you
talking about?
He's like, no, that was tongue in cheek. He's like, no, she does suck. You know, they said that she sucks. I'm like, well I mean, she's probably not as
tier
free.
list, bro.
Right, I know, right? And so, but they did, and the Void was actually playing as Tom and Jerry.
Oh wow!
And he was, man. He was like
pulling off wacky
emotion.
shit.
Yeah. He was doing work in there, but after every match, he was like,
oh yeah.
They interviewed him. He was like, I used to drink a lot of energy drinks, and I stopped drinking energy drinks, and so he's like, oh, my heart, you know, like he's just freaking out. I was like, he might have a coronary. Like,
oh no,
like right here, right now, and so.
Success killed him.
Right? I mean, 100K.
That's insane.
You go to play a game that you've only been able to play for like a week, maybe 2 weeks almost.
Yeah. And then win 100,000.
50,000 a piece.
Well, yeah, 50,000 a piece. Totally. That's still insane.
Yeah. That's life-changing money for a lot of people, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, off of doing what you enjoy doing.
Right.
You know? Like, shit, dude. So.
And go Warner Brothers, too, for this.
Yes.
You know, because, I mean, like the game or not, they've done a really cool thing here.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And they also have the potential to bring in so many fucking franchises, so many other characters.
Dude, did you see the mock-up for Walter White?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The one who knocks, man.
The one who knocks. Absolutely. They did a mock-up for Walter White.
That was a WB
and
property.
For, well, people expect a lot of different crossovers, you know what I'm saying? Because they've already got Arya Stark, you know what I'm saying? They've already got, who else do they have coming in? 11, you know, 11's coming in. That's not WB. It's just that they got that money. You know, they got the money, so they got that draw. You know, and people will play ball. Like, who doesn't want their character to be represented if the game continues its current arc of success?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want their property in there? Wow. They own all of Cartoon Network. You know?
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Johnny Bravo.
Dude,
just give us some Adult Swim.
I want some Aku.
Give me fucking
some Samurai
Explosion.
Jack.
You know,
that's what I'm talking about. Dude.
give
me some pickles.
Give me some.
You know,
give me some perfect hair forever.
Yes, man, absolutely. You know, and so I mean, it could go just so far.
It's gonna be Xavier.
It's gonna, that's what I was.
Yeah,
he's just gonna philosophize at you.
Oh man, and I could see them making those mechanics work.
God,
you know, just hits you with like quadruple entendres.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know?
Yeah, or Harvey Birdman. Just straight up Harvey Birdman.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Well, it'd be like Ace. Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney.
Well, if we got him and then Mentok, the Mind Taker. The Mind Taker! You know? Get what's his name to come back
and have Dexter and Mandark. You know
oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dexter's mom.
The Powerpuff Girls as a set.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely.
Like as a three character.
All three. It's one character, but you're controlling all three of them. That'd be magnificent. And if I mean, seriously, like, looking at characters like Tom and Jerry, or characters like Velma, let you know just how wacky they're willing to. They're willing to go all the way with these character designs.
It does seem like most of these, with almost every one of the characters, you can look at them and be like, okay, so they started here, and then they did some shit
right
to it, right? Because Soups is Meta Knight.
Well, yes,
you know.
Well, I mean, and also like, okay, so where is this on the list? I think it's too far down. The Multiverses season 1.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, but okay, so there's no reason to not just go into this right now.
Yeah, might as well.
Word. So season 1 is going to go live on the 15th of this month, with Morty joining the roster on the 23rd. And Morty is an expert level. No. They haven't really said much about Rick, and so I expect him to be released on the 15th. and then Morty later on the 23rd. But Morty and Rick are both expert level characters, which means that they're 1,500 coins to buy a piece. So they're most expensive. But that also means that they have some crazy shit that they can pull off. Expert level characters are people like Tom and Jerry. People like, who else is up there? LeBron James is experimental / expert. Arya Stark is expert. Those characters that, don't have like just really big attacks that just hit for free. They're just difficult to do. And what they said about Morty, they're like, it's like, well, we started with a thing, but then we kept adding things to that thing, and we just couldn't stop. They're like, sorry, we just couldn't, and people are like, well, why didn't you just make them easier? And they're just like, our bad, it's like when you see it, it's gonna be dope. And actually, I think Morty is a skin for Rick.
Oh, what?
I think he's a skin that changes like the entire moveset and everything. Because that's the way they've always said. They've always said the Morty skin. So I think you get Rick Sanchez, but then you can buy Morty as a skin for Rick. I think that's what they're aiming to do.
That's fucking weird.
It is weird. It is weird. But this game is going to go in a lot of weird
They better
directions.
be summoning Bird Person.
Huh? Oh,
I need Bird Person.
I don't know. It's gonna get really odd. But we do have our season pass as well coming with 50 tiers. And so, it's going to get really exciting over there, man. Yes.
Boom. Dragon Ball Fighters and Samurai Showdown, the latest one.
Yeah, getting rollback. Hell yeah.
That's a big deal.
What's up.
That's a big deal. And so this is the end of the line for Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah.
Okay. They're not going to update the game anymore. They're not going to balance patch the game anymore.
They promised this time.
Yeah. This is it. So what they did announce though was that we're getting rollback netcode for Dragon Ball Fighters, which by itself could really help a lot.
Yeah.
That could really lead to another resurgence for the game. I personally would prefer if they would just give us a standard online versus lobby. Seriously, we were trying to play last night, and
it's so cumbersome.
It's so cumbersome just to get into, unless somebody just really loves the game and they love that lobby system. It's so cumbersome.
Who loves that lobby system?
I don't think anybody loves that lobby system.
Man.
Right.
Ark, you're doing too much, guys.
Right.
We figured this out a long time ago.
Yeah.
You remember when we booted up Blaze Blue?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You had, character select?
Invite.
Immediately.
You're just right there.
Yeah.
We're
just here to fight.
Yeah.
I don't want to go around a theme park.
Yeah.
To get to where I
don't want to have to pre-select my characters and not even be able to look at the color that I'm choosing reflected on my character.
What?
It's really kind of odd, man.
And they think they're streamlining things. That's
I
the thing.
know.
Oh, we streamlined it. That's it. We made it easier.
We're innovating. Please don't
innovate.
Don't innovate.
Don't innovate.
Yeah, innovate the game mechanics, not the lobby system.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. And so
it's like when somebody goes, "I innovated on the grilled cheese." You're like, "No."
That's not how
that was fine.
Right.
You can
how
make
grilled
cheese
cheese
new. You leave my grilled cheese
we don't
alone.
Use bread. We use rice noodles.
Boy.
It's like, what the fuck?
2 rice cakes and vegan cheese
just
separated on
cheese with a Z.
It
says it melts great.
It's really
it does not melt great.
It's really just
it melts poorly.
It's really just 2 squares of ramen noodles with some American cheese in the
middle.
And I've seen
and mayonnaise.
Put fucking American cheese in ramen before. I've seen.
I've seen it too. Yeah,
and they swear it's good. They swear up and down, man.
Man, it's the best. It makes it so good.
You're wrong.
You know what else has rollback though? That MVC.
Oh.
No, well,
the Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
That
the cabinet
has rollback.
Yeah.
And that's for everything.
That's awesome.
Everything.
It's like 8 games.
It's
right?
everything starting from what was before
Marvel
Super
Super
Albums,
right?
Marvel Super. Was that the one before?
Well,
no,
so it has
Clash
the 2 beat 'em ups.
It's Clash of the Gems.
Are those the beat 'em ups?
No, it's the very first fight. Well, no, it is. Yes, it's the beat 'em up.
Captain
it's the
America
beat 'em up
and
before.
the Avengers or whatever.
No, that's not on there.
Avengers.
We don't have the Avengers.
That's right.
Vision.
Where Iron Man shoots out those flaming hot Cheetos.
Right. Yeah. No, it's like all the 2v, the 1v1 fights.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so starting with, I think it's Clash of the Gems, and then going into Children of the Atom, and then after that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever played Clash of the Gems.
Yeah.
I don't even know that one.
I think it was pretty limited release, arcade only, of course.
Okay. Because I remember when Children of the Atom first came out.
Kodo was amazing. It was great.
That
when
and
you first saw Silver Samurai.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Spiral was also in that one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
So, roll back netcode coming to our game. That's really exciting for Sam's show too. That's great for Sam's show because I think that'll once again reinvigorate the player base for Sam.
Can we do that? Can we make a version of rollout, but it's rollback?
Rollback.
Easy.
Yeah.
Dude, that'll write itself. Yeah, that'll take no time. I mean that.
Yeah. Kazuya here. What's he doing?
He's just trolling us.
He's trolling.
Yeah.
That's the troll look.
Yeah,
you think there's a new game?
Yeah, no, right.
Sucker.
At the end of Tekken 8 at Evo, everybody has to come out and make some kind of announcement.
Yeah.
Everybody was very excited for Tekken 8,
Yeah.
and it's not what we got. And so, but they
You got
did.
this.
They came out and they showed. It started with actually a shot from the end of Tekken 2 where he's carrying Heihachi to the volcano.
yeah.
They dump him off. But then they zoom in on his face.
Let me
and
toss
then
my dad in this volcano.
I mean, he
real quick.
threw him off a mountain. So I mean, that's what the Mishima do. And so, but yeah, and so
Revenge
they
is best served
went
hot.
to
Like lava.
like lava hot.
Lava hot.
And so, but yeah, then they flashed to this image right here, and the crowd went semi-wild.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, woo!
And then they went,
that's it.
wait, you're
What
not
is-
telling us
yeah,
anything.
what does this
Right.
mean?
No information.
No information at
No
all.
information. And so that model, if this is a real-time model of Kazuya's face, it looks really good.
It looks pretty good, yeah.
It does look really, really good. He's scarred to hell and back.
Mm-hmm.
So Tekken 8 eventually, probably 2024 at this point.
Scarred to hell and back with Go Nagai eyebrows.
Yeah, and he'll
Yes.
probably look. It'll probably look about as good as like Street Fighter 6 is looking at.
Yeah.
it
Right.
seems like,
Yeah,
you know?
at least.
Yeah, at least.
Maybe a little bit more realistic.
Well,
but,
I
you
mean,
know.
I think they have a much harder path in front of them, due to the fact that everybody's making 2D fighters right now, right? So you
Yeah.
can see how people pass, how people fail, whatever. Like what do the fans actually want?
but
Tekken's
they
only
are
competition.
still the standard.
Yeah, Tekken's competition is Tekken.
Is Tekken?
Right.
That's it.
Yeah,
Because people are kind of down on Soul Calibur.
Well, yeah, well that's what
After
Soul Calibur
5 and
does.
6, everybody was like, "Oh fuck." This
Well, people
game."
love 6. It's just
Yeah.
that Soul Calibur just doesn't have the same staying power.
which is bullshit because
You know?
I've always loved that Soul Calibur.
Well, but
Yeah,
it's
man.
great. But from a competitive standpoint, like it's just not as deep as something like Tekken. Tekken's just insanely deep. Soul Calibur, you can cheese a lot of shit.
I have a lot of hopes that because
Soul Calibur is a character creator.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean,
right. You know what I'm
seriously.
saying? And I
Yeah.
love
Dude.
Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
my heart.
absolutely.
But but you have to be honest about the situation when you compare it to a game like Tekken.
Yeah.
Like Tekken really is. It's more for the hardcore. Soul Calibur is really aimed more at the casual audience.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
So its lifelong, its lifeblood isn't the same.
right because DOA's fallen.
Yeah. Yeah, and then actually the guy that got Soul Calibur 6 made has left the company.
Yeah.
So Soul Calibur really might be dead in the water. There's nobody in nobody that works at Namco. That'd be funny, Namco.
I mean,
I would love that merger.
might
Anyway,
happen one day.
yeah, you're right. You're right. I think something else is in the works though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like there's no champion for Soul Calibur in Namco right now. Like nobody in the company even cares about it. Like it's not
Yeah.
making a whole bunch of money for the company. And I think if 2020 through 2022 has taught us anything, is that video game studios are just they're all corporations.
Yeah.
It's all about money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's all about the bottom line. And unfortunately it's all kind of shoved in our faces right now. And that's why I think Harada's like, when we do this whole thing with Tekken 8, and when we reveal it, it's got to take off. We can't have Street Fighter 6 sitting right here next to us. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
Like, we
real.
can't have all this other competition right around us
Yeah.
because already the Tekken player base is slightly lower than a lot of these, 2D
Yeah.
player
Yeah,
bases,
yeah.
So I'm hopeful. I need it. Gimme. But we might have to wait. I think Game Awards, that's when I think we'll see our true review.
And they're gonna say it's coming out in 2025.
I would really at this point expect 2024 because we have Street Fighter coming out next year, and I
Yeah.
can see Harada either being like, okay,
Nope,
well,
we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Nope.
We saw what happened with
Yeah.
Horizon and Elden Ring.
Exactly.
Not having that shit happen.
right? And this is Bandai Namco. They're
Yeah.
like, we got other things to put out, and y'all better make sure that Tekken 8 fires on all cylinders.
Yeah.
You know,
Do
yeah.
it.
Do it. This is
DLC characters.
This is hype.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Right.
This is hype.
So King of Fighters is getting a Samurai Showdown team, and Shingo and Kim.
Kim Cap-1 makes a return.
Ooh.
Kim Cap-1. Everybody was thinking that Kim Cap-1 wasn't going to be in 15.
Right.
You know, it's like they're like, okay, we don't need Kim Cap-1. You know, once you add Kim, everyone plays Kim.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Kim's just rewarding, right?
And Shingo's the shit too.
Shingo is
Yeah,
amazing.
right.
Eating his hot buns.
Yeah,
You know?
really.
Yeah, totally. I love
He's a
some
hungry
Shingo.
boy.
He's a hungry boy. And so, yeah, we got our world premiere of a team that was already leaked, really last year, Team Samurai Showdown.
Yep.
And so,
Awesome.
of course, Nakaruru, that was a given. You
Yep.
see her in every KOF.
Hail Maru
Absolutely.
again.
Yes,
Yeah.
again.
I was wondering who the hell the third character.
I
was
was.
gonna be.
Who were you hoping for?
Hoping for, man. I don't know. I mean, I was thinking. It really, I want Earthquake, but that's not gonna happen,
dude.
But
that would be
right because
okay.
I think he'd be a very different character. in this
Right.
thing. So that's really who I'd want. But I was really thinking it was gonna be Charlotte or Galford.
That's who I
or
wanted.
Ukyo.
I wanted Galford.
Or right, Galford's.
Yeah,
Galford's
give me,
dope,
give
dude,
me, give
you
me
know?
Poppy. I want to
Right.
see
Poppy.
a dog. Yeah, hey,
I always
Poppy.
forget his name.
Yeah,
You know?
dude. That's who I was really hoping for.
Yeah.
But Darlie Dagger, they recently put her into the Other Sam show.
Yep. Absolutely.
She's a beast.
She's a beast.
You know,
Yeah.
and so she does still bring a very different flavor and flair.
I can understand why they
KOF.
went that way.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
And fan
Here's
service.
something you weren't expecting.
Uh-huh.
That's also a dope character.
Right,
Absolutely.
and muscular mommy,
Uh-huh.
and you know
Yeah.
how people love, you know, that becomes people's mains immediately.
Oh,
It's
hell
like,
yeah.
oh,
Yep.
you know, mommy, step on me, you know, seriously. But then they followed that up, so they're going to be coming as a 3-pack as a team.
Yeah.
Of course, Team Samurai Showdown. But then they showed us Shingo, and then they showed us Kim Cap-1. And so I think what they're about to start doing is releasing characters individually.
Yeah.
You know what
Which
I'm
I'm
saying?
cool with.
Right. You know, because Team Korea is already occupied, so Kim's team is already another team
Yeah.
in King of Fighters 15. Right?
And
Yeah.
we already have what's the team called? Team
for Shingo's team,
Yeah.
they're not the Sacred Treasures team.
I don't remember what the hell it's called.
Yeah, I forgot what Shingo's team was. I thought it was Team
Yeah.
Sacred Treasures, but they're taken anyway
Yeah.
right now too.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
it's also like what's going to happen with Mature and Vice, right?
Right.
Because you can't.
Right. Right.
Rugal's not going to be their.
I mean,
teammate,
I still
so-
really hope that they put Rugal's kids in it. Like the ones Adelaide is one of
Right,
them.
yeah.
The guy with the hammer pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's-
You know, and these things might happen. I mean, I think this roster is going to rival. I mean, really like Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Street Fighter 5 has.
we
a
still got so
massive
many folks. Where's
roster.
Takuma at?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where's
And with them pushing KOF
Shion?
98 like as hard as they have,
You're right. Uh-huh.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like I think they're really like, okay, here's what we've done best in the past,
Uh-huh.
and here's what we aspire to do better now.
Yeah.
So I mean, this roster is going to get crazy.
It'd be cool to see Silver.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd be cool to see what's that guy's Giazu? That was that gargoyle motherfucker I
Yeah.
was talking about.
That'd
you know?
be
Like,
dope.
there's so many cool characters, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
got 'em all.
I have a feeling we're gonna have like 100 characters in this game.
Right.
It's gonna be
it's gonna be crazy.
yeah.
It's gonna be crazy
I love
because then after this, this should be up next, right?
Jury
no,
and Jury.
no.
Oh.
They also said that Garou is
Oh, a new
greenlit.
Garou. Yeah.
So we got a new
absolutely, yeah.
Garou. Pardon me. We got a new one on the way, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
know,
very weird.
especially with KOF. Dude,
Yep.
What
we're
is this?
doing right now.
New Fatal Fury.
New Fatal Fury.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Right. It seems
Yeah.
like a step backwards in a way.
Right.
You know, but what
Right.
I think it's indicative of, because there were a lot of posters at EVO that were like mock-ups of Capcom characters and SNK characters that Capcom and SNK worked together on. So while we may never see
Dropping hints.
a Marvel
over
versus
here.
Capcom, yeah,
They
we
might
not
just
see
keep
another
swapping people back and forth.
one.
'Cause
Or
they-
we might see CVS 3. You know what I'm saying? Or they may just entitle it Street Fighter versus Fatal Fury. You know? And so, but they're doing something back there, dude. Like they're working on something. And so,
A Street
Awesome.
Fighter and Fatal Fury crossover would really work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You'd be better with KOF versus Capcom. I mean, that just gives you a larger roster.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to make a more focused experience, then
Yeah, but I mean, I want a full-on Cap SNK so that they can pick weird ass. So you can have like Marco from Metal Slug,
Yes.
or like
Right.
fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, they have such a great relationship right now. Like
They-
SNK
yeah.
and Capcom
They're-
have
they're-
a phenomenal relationship. You know what I'm saying? The reason why we won't see Marvel vs. Capcom is that Disney and
Disney.
Capcom don't. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They don't have a good relationship. You know what I'm saying? And especially after MVCI, Disney's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, man? That costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
We didn't make that money back. Capcom's like, well, that's because you kept putting your fingers in the pot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And not letting us make our thing the way that we know how to make it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
And
yeah.
so there's friction. And so it would take years.
yeah,
for
because
that
at
to
this
be,
point, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're doing that like Marvel. What is it? The Suns,
The Midnight Suns?
Midnight Suns, which seems like it's a little out of context, but almost everything else in the Marvel universe, they want to keep it on brand. They
Right.
want to keep
MCU.
it on the MCU brand. You know, so you have to make sure that you got to throw that Captain Carter in there, and it has to be looking exactly like this. And you have to, you know, that's a little shitty for Capcom because Capcom wants to make their version of characters.
Right. They want
Right.
to. Well, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, we grew up watching these, reading these
Yeah,
comics.
we know them just
we
as well.
know them.
Yeah.
We actually know them better.
Better, yeah,
Yeah,
for
you know
real,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
But we don't have your interpretation. But here's the interpretation that is very widely popularized, and the reason why this franchise that you are now controlling and commanding is so popular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is grassroots. And so had they just let Capcom do what they wanted to do with MVCI, it would have been a different beast, and we'd still be playing it today.
Yeah.
You know, but you know they have friction. But you know that's unfortunate. You know they with the arcade 1-up cabinet, technically that's a toy, so they're able to get away with that. You know, it's weird, man, how all this shit works out between businesses. That's isn't it crazy? That's what it is. It's a toy, so they can only make a limited amount of them and put them out. But you know, it's a toy. That's fine. It's not software. It's just a toy.
Yeah.
But there is hope for an actual CVS 3.
Yeah.
And so if we don't get Marvel vs. Capcom, then at least we maybe have CVS on the way.
Yeah. That would be cool.
So
But
Millionaire
Jerry and
fight.
Kimberly, what is this, coming to 5?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, man. Did you watch? You didn't watch this? You didn't see
No,
this
no, I didn't watch this trailer.
Kimberly's bad. Dude.
Oh yeah,
bad.
Oh my god! And I've always loved Jerry.
I about to say, man, I love Jerry.
yeah, and she doesn't look weird this time. Like I'm
I
loving
mean, she's a
everybody's
litll
faces.
contorted, but
Oh, no,
but that's
what
just
I mean
her.
is she
That's just
looks-
what she do.
Yeah, she's Spider Girl.
Right. But everybody
all
in
about them
5 looked
toes.
fucked up.
That's
like,
true.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yeah, I was playing last night with Nathan, man.
Why do their feet
Ken's
look like this?
face was
Yeah,
jacked
Ken's
up,
face, man.
I forgot how bad it was. I played him with his Dante skin,
Oh.
and he looked rough.
They
I'm
just
just like,
look
oh my
bad,
god,
dude. They look bad.
But they showed the trailer for this, and of course, Jury, when they show her, of course, they showed her feet first.
Oh, of course.
And the crowd was going crazy. I was just like, God, man, you degenerates.
Fan service.
And they kept showing her feet. And I think they've taken away her like negative edge.
Oh
Oh,
no!
no.
Really?
So it looks like that part is changing a little bit.
No,
and
because
so
man,
we'll-
you could charge multiples at the same
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you
time.
could.
Yeah, exactly, right. But that's too complicated for a lot of people, and for pad players.
Yeah, she
know?
really was a stick preferred character.
Right. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
don't play with an arcade stick, Jury is very difficult to use.
Wow.
And so,
yeah.
but she looks hype. Kimberly, I'm definitely gonna play with her. When I first saw her,
yeah,
I couldn't help but think Vega.
Oh,
But what it really is Guy.
it's Guy. She is Guy's
she's-
apprentice.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Mhm.
Awesome.
And she's bad,
She is
dude.
bad.
And I love how colorful this trailer was, dude. I'm
Uh-huh.
I'm blown away by the style of this because they took the cool ink thing from 4, but they made it pop. They made it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's-
and I mean, especially with Kimberly, because she's over there doing
dude.
spray painting and shit.
Yeah,
and that's
dude.
another reason why I think it's a no-brainer. CVS 3 is a no-brainer because Isla does the same thing in KOF 15.
Oh yeah,
You
and
know
then
what
they
I'm
could
saying?
both be hanging out with Duck King.
Dude, just
Duck
chilling,
King
yeah.
styling over there.
Oh my god, dude, it'd be so sick. But no, really, I mean, Kimberly, I think really stole the show. A lot of
Yeah.
people say Jury, but I think that's more so because
That's a fan fave, right
Exactly.
there.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
a feet
That's really
fave,
like-
right
It's
there.
a feet fave,
That's
total
what it
feet
is.
fave.
Quentin Tarantino's in the audience going.
Just like,
I've never been into fighting games, but I think I'll give it a shot.
Exactly, and Kimberly's
Him-
over there
him
just like
and
bopping on her headphones and shit.
him and Shinkai both
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
it.
ooh yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, but dude, Kimberly is looking great. You know, I'm glad to see these new characters doing something a little bit different. You know what I mean? Because yeah, you're
Absolutely.
right. There's that hints at Guy's moveset, but it's also not a blatant ripoff.
Right.
It's a lot like the way they did Sean with Ken.
Yes.
Where you can tell the Ken energy, but he has a completely different
whole different
moveset.
interpretation of those moves. Right. Even her Azuna drop.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
dude. Yeah, and it's so good.
Boy. And so like this is really exciting stuff, man. Did you watch any of Evo stuff outside of Multiverses?
No, man.
Did you see
I
Bridget?
did not.
Did
I
you
did
didn't
not.
see
I didn't
that my
see
girl is
Bridget?
back?
I did.
Fucking
I
Bridget.
mean, I saw the text that y'all sent, and I was just like, "Oh man, I know Phil's happy."
I was not expecting this to happen.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
I really
Go
wasn't.
Bridget.
And then Bridget. And
Does Bridget identify as a girl though?
Bridget's yes.
I thought Bridget was just Bridget.
Bridget's always been a girl.
Bridget's a boy wearing a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that he identified. I thought that Bridget was just Bridget. I didn't think that Bridget like was binary in any sense. Like I didn't think that he was trans because he was still a boy. I want to know exactly how Bridget feels about it because with some
I know
of
how
the
Bridget
intro
feels now.
with some of the intro, did you see like any special cutscenes where people were?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I saw what they're talking about.
How are they responding? How is Bridget responding to them?
Oh,
and how are they responding
Bridget's
to
like,
Bridget?
I'm a girl.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
there's even a very specific conversation with Gold Lewis because Gold Lewis says some shit to like I don't remember exactly what the wording is, but it's like why don't you come with me, cowboy or cowgirl? Then she's like, cowgirl, because I'm a girl.
Okay, all right. See, because I saw somebody alluding to Gold Lewis's dialogue, but I haven't played, so I don't know.
Well, I immediately downloaded Bridget.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
And I still haven't touched the story at all for Strive, so I looked that stuff up. But it's very obvious that they're making her full on.
Well, especially now, like I mean, with our current climate, you have to pick a side, and you have to really be adamant about it. Which is why I was so interested. I'm like, this is a weird time.
Well, see,
to throw
I thought it was always that way. I've always taken Bridget as being a girl.
Right. But I don't think that it was directly. I seem to remember it being referenced as he. I think that people just mix it up. I think sometimes it would be he.
That's exactly
sometimes it would
what
be
is.
she.
Right.
And it would just be all
the
over
characters
the
would
place.
mix it up all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But all I care about is how Bridget feels about Bridget. You know
Bridget feels that she's a lady.
That's all that matters.
That's what she said.
And then, I mean, all those new yo-yo tricks, bro.
Yeah,
dude.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, how does she play?
Different. I'm not quite used to her yet. I played with Robbie for a good handful of matches. I like her a lot. I mean, a lot of the same stuff that I'm used to doing is still there. She still has the roller skates, jump up, spin. She has the stand spin. She has the the like you have 3 different levels of being able to throw that
right, and you can
yo-yo.
leave it out there, right?
You can leave it out there, and I haven't figured out how all those work yet because they're definitely different than the older ones.
Right.
You don't have the throwing bows teddy bear anymore.
Oh no,
which is one of my favorites.
That sucks.
Teddy comes in, and there's like a special where you can ride on him, and there's a couple other things.
What?
But,
Really?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's good. It's absolutely solid, and I was excited.
Right on. Yeah, I think this was a bit of a curveball.
Yeah.
Like I mean, for all the characters that they could possibly add to Guilty Gear, I really expected Johnny.
I was never expecting Bridget.
Right.
Dude. Yeah.
Right. Especially this soon.
Yeah. So I am fucking all about it. This will make me play Strive again.
Right on.
Yeah, because I feel like Anji's okay.
Yeah.
Anji doesn't feel right to me. Bridget feels right to me.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Have you played Anji since they patched him?
No.
Okay.
No, man, I really haven't played Strive.
Neither have I.
I haven't played it since I don't know when they released Gold Lewis.
Right.
So months and months ago.
I think that was about the last time that I played. No, I played Happy Chaos. I played Happy Chaos like, maybe for like 30 minutes just to check him out, because he was something different. But I kind of fell out with this game.
Me too.
Me
too. And I really would like to go get those characters because I mean I like biking.
Yeah.
But it's also like $25. I'm not going to spend that right now.
Especially with so many fighters out right now.
Yeah, and all I want's Bridget.
Right. And you got it. So
man.
wait, was Bridget free or did you have to
I bought
buy
it?
Okay.
I bought without question. I'm $7, but still.
Oh, that's nothing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, man, this Bridget and Anji have always been my favorite characters.
Right.
So, I win.
Yeah.
It's too bad I don't love Anji, but again, I haven't played since the patch, so maybe he feels different now.
Yeah, this is definitely a Guilty Gear for non-Guilty Gear fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been apparently reaching out to Western developers as well to create a new game, and so that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because will we see Arc System Works versus Capcom? People have been hoping for it. You know, they want to make something a little bit more Western.
Arc versus NetherRealm.
Yeah.
It'd be weird as shit.
Yeah, it would.
What if Arc redid like NetherRealm characters?
What if Arc redid Bloody Roar?
See, well, that's the thing. DNF, man. Aiding worked on DNF.
Right.
Right.
So they already have aiding there near them.
But we know, like DNF, we've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
DNF is a test for something greater.
Right.
You know
so
what I'm saying?
So you might be like right on the money there,
That's
even
very
if
true.
it was a 2D fighter and not a 3D fighter,
Mhm.
because I think Arc kind of sucks at 3D fighters.
Yes, they do.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, the Kill La Kill game was kind of weak.
Yeah.
The 3D Guilty Gear, I know it's not quite a fighter, but it's still kind of weak.
Overture?
Yeah, kind of weak.
Overture was weird. Yeah.
It's cool.
It's a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game, but it's, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Bridget,
Sweet. Dope.
I'm fucking happy. So the new
Boy.
Melty Blood patch,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? Balancing
And
patch with the 2 new characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
and release
Arc
date.
and MASH.
Yeah.
What's that release date, Scoot? Damn.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
also on the
you're right.
23rd. And
think it
so
is.
we're it's a couple weeks away. And we're also going to get a like a reworking of the game. Like they're changing the way the shielding works. They're adding the feature to turn off auto combos, right?
August
So-
19th.
So it's
So
19th.
ne-
Even
yeah,
closer.
it's
So
next
that's
Friday.
Tues-
That's next
Is
Friday.
that Friday?
That's that Friday, bro.
7, yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Oh, so we'll have it in time for y'all next week.
That's right.
Dope. But though, so instead of it being like, you know, Magic Series, where if you're doing light, medium, it will just, you know, end in a throw, do that same little auto combo as
Yeah.
normal. You can turn that off so that you won't accidentally trigger an auto combo when you're trying to do specific
That's
combos.
awesome.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. You can also
cool.
make it so that it only works if you're in the air, on the ground. So if you still want to have access to it on the ground, but when you're in the air, make it so it doesn't do that shit. You can actually customize all of that.
Options,
What
baby.
a weird idea.
Yeah.
That's
you know?
awesome.
Like that's so wild.
Right.
Yeah,
But it
and-
sounds like they're listening to people's criticism.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I think that, you know, French Bread knows that their game is a good game.
Yeah.
Like it's fundamentally sound, but
Yeah.
what people want from fighters right now, a lot of people, is just more technicality.
Yeah.
And Melty Blood can feel a little bit free sometimes. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that throws people off.
Yeah.
It's still incredibly
Still
fun.
super
It's
fun.
It's
super
so
fun.
good.
So
Everyone
good.
should play this game, man.
Absolutely.
But people are too elitist sometimes to play. So they're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, let's give you something too. Right?
I mean,
So-
play it for Neko Art.
Neko Arc looks amazing. They said that Neko Arc is like the hardest character that they've ever made for the game.
I believe
And
it.
I'm super excited
Yeah.
to put
Like
some work
the hardest to use.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like Servbot, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Servbot's
Uh-huh.
very difficult to win with.
Totally.
You
yeah.
know, I mean, it's cool to watch Servbot do
Yeah.
what Servbot do.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially the trample thing.
Oh,
Like, that's
exactly.
my
Yeah.
favorite.
Uh-huh. And she's got it. She's
Uh-huh.
summoning them in all over the place. You
Dude,
got
I just want to mess with her long enough to figure out how to do that goddamn
the giant
Neko,
sword
the giant
or bat,
sword
whatever that thing is.
It's a giant sword just made up of other Neko arcs.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
And
That's
then
what
when
it
she
is.
smashes
That really
with
is
them, they
it.
all
Uh-huh.
scatter
Yeah,
everywhere, dude.
yeah.
Like,
I just want to do that one time, and then many times afterwards.
Right. Well, I mean, it's going down. We're gonna be playing
Hell
some
yeah,
multi
we are.
next week, baby. Oh, Hikari. Ain't this some shit? Did you watch this trailer?
No.
Fuck that trailer.
Fuck
What
that
is
trailer,
this?
man.
That trailer.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, Sega is doing a
Goddamn.
collaboration with High Ground, I guess. So they make nice keyboards.
Nice keyboards, yes.
Yeah.
And they're doing a Sonic themed. They're doing a Dreamcast themed
You know what?
one,
That
and then they're
keyboard
doing.
does not look that great up close. If you were
No.
further away,
Yeah.
you'd
It
see
probably
the
looked
image.
cool.
It looked really
But
cool.
it looks kind of nasty,
It
doesn't
looks
it?
awful from this
Yeah, a
range.
little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
Yuck. Yuck. That's just tacky.
It's
is all.
smaller on y'all's screens. What do you guys think about it?
Yeah, maybe it looks dope.
Maybe it
Anyway,
looks
sorry
good.
for interrupting. What are you saying over there, Philip?
Yeah.
So
What's the third one that they're doing? Because there's a third one.
They're doing the Dreamcast one. They're doing the Sonic one.
and then the third one.
Third one is
Oh, was it like Panzer Dragoon? Or, no,
No, man.
that's too cool.
yeah, Right.
The third one's not cool.
You know. Well,
Yeah, but the
anyway,
point is that they made this trailer for this, okay, for this fucking keyboard, and they show what looks like the lid of a Dreamcast as a rune
it does
in
not
the bottom.
show what looks like a lid. It is the lid of a dream. It is the lid of the Dreamcast up front, and then they show a whole ass black Dreamcast.
They do show.
It's a whole black Dreamcast.
They do.
They do it
Yes,
like
they
multiple
do.
times over. Then they show
They
you the
do.
swirl.
They do,
Oh.
and they're
Swirls
talking
in it.
about stuff that can only happen in your dreams.
Yes,
and they're
man.
doing all this shit, and then it shows keycaps start to come down and make all the this thing, and
my
then it's a
God.
keyboard.
And it's a keyboard. Oh my god. Oh my
And
god.
everybody was just like, "Oh boy, Dreamcast or like Dreamcast Mini or
Well,
some
that's
shit."
what
you
they
know?
want.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
want.
So a
Exactly.
Dreamcast collection
Uh-huh.
together.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like like a game, like a downloadable
Yeah.
service.
Yeah.
or
Something. You know what I'm
Something.
saying? Give us Power Stone on there. Give us Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah.
Give us some
Crazy
Dreamcast
Taxi.
Cannon
shit.
Spike.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just give us something. But that trailer, they did that shit on purpose.
Hell
You think
yeah,
they'd
they
put
did.
Seaman? Build a microphone into the thing
Hell
just
yeah,
so you
they
can
would.
play
Well,
Seaman.
But you already have a microphone in your controllers, and so that's the only thing. At first, I was like, it sucks because you'd have to have a peripheral. But now I'm just
you
like,
don't
fuck,
nowadays. No, you
actually,
don't.
you don't.
Uh-huh.
And so this might be the perfect time to release Seaman because
Seaman
everyone's got a mic. Oh, I don't want to see that face in HD.
It's
Oh
got so
my-
many ports.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Why is it a fish?
It'd be Unreal Engine 5 Seaman.
Oh no!
That's what I'm going to
man.
dedicate my life to, is remaking Seaman.
Right.
But anyway, fuck them for doing this.
Yeah.
This is some bullshit.
Yeah, they were rude for that one.
I'm not a fan of what they're doing here.
Yeah, definitely check out the trailer, guys, because like it is.
They
They
juke ya.
really juke us.
Yeah, and the more I look at this keyboard, it is disgusting.
It's horrible.
It's not great.
They even have like the letters on the bottom side.
Yeah,
of it.
on
and
the
also,
bottom side,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
placement of the rings when they go along the edge of the keys,
looks
and
real
so They
bad.
look like they warp
Yeah.
and distort. Like I don't agree with it. I guess if you got a kid that just loves Sonic,
Yeah, but these
At least
keyboards are
Sonic is-
$180.
Yeah, fuck
it's
that
for
kid.
it's for collectors.
I guess it's
for
for
collectors.
suckers.
What are y'all
Yeah.
collecting? There we go.
It's-
There we go.
it's for
You might as well just go
Why
ahead and
did you say the same
why
thing
don't you just
twice?
go ahead?
Yeah.
Why don't you just go ahead and get a Dreamcast real quick?
Yeah.
you know, like Jesus, because I mean there was already a keyboard for the Dreamcast.
Yeah, well, that's what the one keyboard
Right.
looks like.
Yeah.
Is the old one.
So,
But
what's
that one wasn't $180, and I bet it felt great because it was back when they made mechanical, like IBM style
Right.
keys all the time.
Yeah.
It's funny how that used to be a shit keyboard,
Uh-huh.
and then it was like, oh, nobody wants these, and they're just in piles at thrift stores and all this stuff, and then everything went to the little squishy, pad
Uh-huh.
style.
And they're like, ooh,
Well,
we didn't
these
realize
suck.
that
Can
we
I get-
love
Yeah.
what we had. Can we get that back? And they're like, yep, 180.
Yep, 180. That's right. Uh-huh. Man.
Don't know what you have.
So we
until it's
had
gone.
a
Tales
Final
of
Fantasy
loss and
live letter.
fire and fade.
Right?
Yeah, dude. 6.2 on the horizon. Once again, we're coming up.
I don't know what this
This
image
month
is,
is
but I know
nuts.
this image was hot, so I
Um,
put it up here.
Yeah, these are these are Asians and Asphodelus.
Okay.
And so we
lot
got
of
that
Sounds a little
first.
assy over there.
Sounds a whole bunch of
That's
ass.
a-
You know, just
That's a
ass,
whole
ass,
bunch
ass.
ass.
And so we're getting the next part of okay. So Live Letter 72 was a couple of nights ago, or yesterday morning, and we got a lot of information about patch 6.2, which is going to be once again going live on the 23rd. We got a lot going on this month, man. I hope y'all got the time for it. But this is going to give us a new dungeon, which is going to be the Lost City of Troya, also from Final Fantasy IV. A lot of the content that's coming to patch 6.0 or 6.x is what we'll call it until we get to 7.0 is mostly going to be based on Final Fantasy IV.
Oh, okay.
Right, which is super exciting.
Yeah.
They've
That's really
shown
dope.
us, right? They showed us Proto Carbuncle, which is when Carbuncle didn't look super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "That's Carbuncle." It's
Uh-huh.
like, "Yeah, motherfucker, that's
Uh-huh.
Carby."
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting
Because
that.
then they just turned him into
Fantasy
fantasy squirrel.
right.
You know? It's like-
Yeah. Carbuncle used to be a beast.
Uh-huh.
But it's the same way. Like we're getting Island Sanctuary that's
cool.
being added.
Yeah.
So we're getting our farm bill or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Oh,
Basically,
farm
you get a whole island that is separate from the entirety of the game. So there's no like instant fighting. And there's no. It has its own inventory system, its own rewards. They just want you to go in there, tame your island, build your crops and have your.
It's what is it? New Horizons. It's Animal Crossing.
Yes, very much Animal Crossing. And so he's like, here's time sink the game.
Oh, cool.
And so for people who don't really like the combat,
you can go do some other shit.
It's a lot less stressful.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So.
Am I wrong? In 4, that was like Cecil and
yes.
So they're doing that Order of Knights.
Well, I don't know. We don't know anything about the story right now. Of course, they keep all that under wraps.
Yeah, but I am thinking that 4. Yeah.
It amazes me how they manage to keep secrets when some of these companies, like as a company, can't keep secrets about anything that they do. But somehow Yoshi P, we talked about this. He just writes it down and then puts it in his pocket.
That's right.
Somehow
we didn't know about Bridget until all of a sudden Bridget.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know how these companies are actually doing this shit
anymore. It's crazy that they pull it off.
Like maybe they have solidarity in their employees, and
right.
Maybe these are actually the companies that treat their employees well enough that they don't want to leak information. Maybe. I don't know.
Might have something to do with it. I don't know.
Funny.
The world may never know.
The world may never know, man. And so, but we'll be getting 4 more dungeons for the next set of the next sequence in the raid tier of Pandemonium. And so that's really, really exciting. They're adding, Criterion dungeons, which are basically going to be 4-man instances that are very high difficulty.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you ever just want to do some dungeons with some friends that are very, very skilled, then you can go in there and test your mettle.
Nice.
They're going to add test your might. They're going to add dungeons that actually will scale based on the number of people that are in there. So if you just want to go in solo, then it'll scale to 1 person, scale to 2 people.
That's cool.
If you want to, they're just giving you multiple different ways to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of different ways to approach the game and different things to do if you have a higher skill ceiling, right? Like, like if you are playing those Criterion dungeons, if you wipe, all the characters reset, you have to go through the entire thing again. So you have to be very methodical about how you go through everything, which is really great. Like if you, for those of you who know how homogenized the dungeon system has turned into with Final Fantasy 14. It's really just run, mob pull, boss, right?
That's why they were doing that.
Kill them, boss. Next step, mob pull, boss. It's the same thing, rinse and repeat. And so this will really break up that monotony. That'll be really, really cool. Of course, we're going to get our Hildenbrand weapons on the way. The realm of dodos. Yeah, dodos are already spotted.
Awesome.
In the
realm of dodos.
Yeah, and you can have up to 40 of your minions running around out there.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. I got so many minions, and so but it's really, really exciting. Like there's a lot that we're gonna be getting in this.
So can you farm like any enemy?
Well, when you're in the Island Sanctuary, in the Sanctuary there will be wild animals and rare animals, and you'll have to actually craft nets to go and catch them, and then you can catch them and tame them, train them, raise them, feed them, get materials from them.
I found out they added animal husbandry in Green Hell.
Did they?
Yeah, you can catch you some capybaras and make a fence.
That's all I want is cappies, man.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we want.
Nothing but cappies.
Cappies and dodos, bro.
Cappies and dodos. Hell yeah.
Cappies and dodos. That's my next album.
I like it.
Right.
I was thinking it, dude. I'm like, Cappies
album.
and dodos.
That's my next band.
Yeah, Cappies and dodos.
Who wouldn't go see Cappies and dodos?
That's right.
Yeah, that'd be good. Man. And so, but for all of you Final Fantasy 14 fans, go and check out. Mione did a rundown of it. Mr. Happy did a rundown of it. There's way too much information to cover just right here in a few moments. But definitely go look into it, or don't, and be surprised next week or week after next. Sorry, because we've got a lot of dodo to do.
Dodo.
Right? So much dodo. But they said that the new raid series will be more of a spectacle than before. People are like the ones previous were a little. They said that they were more drab. They weren't. They were flashy as fuck. But it's supposed to be like super flashy this time around. Oh my God, the raid
they
gear.
were like, oh, was it flashy enough for you?
Lime, you got to see the raid gear. If you haven't seen this new raid gear, it's crazy. Like they got flames billowing off of helmets and off their shoulders. A big fucking like flaming ring that pulsates behind you. Like they have like flaming weaponry. Like
that sounds like WoW shit, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're just like, okay, well we've given you a lot of cute.
Yeah.
You know, like we just had the Moonfire Fair, which is the summer event, and they gave us some really cute clothes for that. Super cute.
Yeah.
But you know, now they're like, okay, you want hardcore, you want badass, and we're about to give you badass. They're also expanding our glamour chest, so we'll have a double glamour chest space. It's gonna be a good time to be a Final Fantasy 14 player. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'll nerd out about this forever. Yeah, just go check out Mr. Happy's breakdown of the whole thing. Go check out the new trailer that they released. It looks amazing, and I'll see y'all in Aetheris.
One more bit of news. Hiroyuki Kobayashi
leaves Capcom.
This is interesting.
For what is it? NetEase, which is mostly they do mostly like mobile games.
They do a lot of stuff. They have Dead by Daylight as well.
Right.
You know,
yeah, and they had a hand in developing Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
At least what I read, and it's the guy, one of the guys, or the guy who founded it, or at least one of the guys, one of the co-founders, is the guy who created the Yakuza series.
Yakuza series. He also worked on Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
I mean, his pedigree, his list of successes is a mile long. You know.
No, Hiroyuki, because he did the first Resident Evil. He was producer for RE4.
Yeah.
I worked on
Dragon's Dogma is
Dragon's Dogma.
his baby. Yeah.
And so it's interesting that he would choose to leave the company right now.
It's because they never put Deep Down out. That's why.
Wow.
He's like, fuck y'all.
Wow.
I finished that game. Okay? We were done.
Done with it.
You know, well, I mean, I think also NetEase does give you a bit more freedom and leniency with what you work on. You know, because they do so much in so many different directions for so many different studios. Yeah, and so you know, and with all that Dead by Daylight money, they're doing okay. You know, Diablo Immortal, they made some money there.
Yeah, they did.
So that it's just interesting to see this be the choice.
Yeah.
Is this a wait or a shush? Do you hear a thing?
I smell something that smells like burning. I'm gonna go see if burning.
Okay.
That's not good.
Guys,
That's not good.
fingers crossed. There's not burning.
Now I smell it too. Yeah, but we're also in the country, man.
Right.
So
I mean, you never know what they be burning out here. You know.
I've seen it, man. It's
There's
like you see a
fires
giant bonfire
everywhere.
in the middle of the day.
Yeah. It's
know?
just like, what are they doing? Oh man, that's just my trash.
That's my trash. Got to get rid of it somehow.
You know. City won't come pick it up out here.
Yeah, man. It's like because it's like 7 sofas. Why did
Yeah,
you have
right.
7 of them? You know, why did
Do
you need 7?
that many sofas? I think we're okay. Phil's just checking on the burning smell.
Yeah. It's hopefully not us.
Yeah, hopefully not us.
Yeah. It doesn't smell electric.
Because I can't run right now.
No, right.
You know?
I have to carry you.
You're right.
You know.
Put me on my back.
For
Take
real.
it easy, Trey.
Don't jostle me so
Don't
much.
judge me so much. Be like, shut up, motherfucker, it's mine.
My back.
My back.
I got a hernia. You know. But no, it doesn't smell electrical. It's probably just one of the neighbors. If I had to guess.
Yeah. We'll see. Fire?
I don't see a fire. But
Just the
I
smell?
mean,
it's fucking burning.
yeah,
Alright.
it's one of your neighbors doing the thing.
Well, it doesn't smell like they're burning trash, or at least not plastic.
Right.
So,
Yeah. As long as they're not burning us
Man,
or your home.
hoping it was barbecue.
Oh, really? Really? You'd be like, oh, I gotta pause this show real quick.
This show
There might be
for
some
barbecue.
a promise of ribs.
What I more mean is that anytime there's a fire, I would rather it be barbecue because then
than
I have a
anything
lovely smell everywhere.
Yes.
Right.
That's more what I'm
No,
saying.
you can identify that from a mile away. Though.
Seriously,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, I
We
mean,
still gotta do
this
our
is
rib
just
off.
this is definitely just wood.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Oh, we missed 4th of July to do the rib off, didn't
Yeah, we did. We fucked that up.
we? That shit went right past.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can eat ribs anytime. It's
That's
okay.
I
right.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree
It
wholeheartedly.
gotta- ain't
it
just
gotta
for
be
summer. Come on.
Yeah,
Like-
it doesn't have to be a special.
Oh
occasion.
yeah, and Lime, there is a new location for Rodney Scott that you will love. They got like 2 bars. You know what I'm saying? Some like huge
new?
big screen TVs. It's over in Homewood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right there. Like if you're coming off of what is that? Like Arrington turns into.
I still haven't eaten Rodney Scott.
Like, what is that? That's 20th. 20th turns into. Is it Arrington right there? Well, right next to Vulcan. Okay.
Okay.
Keep going straight.
Yeah.
Like you're going into downtown Homewood. It's on the left, right there, where you have that on ramp to 280.
Totally. Yeah.
It's right
where
to the
Ed's
left.
Pet World.
Yeah, across from that.
Okay.
They moved Little Donkey over there as well.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah.
one guy, the guy bought that Little Donkey franchise and a Rodney Scott franchise, and then opened them up right next to one another.
Killing.
Yeah.
Murdering, dude.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. That's a win. Also, for everybody who's loving on some 14 shit, check out Kokoro Yamazaki on TikTok. My boy is making some hilarious TikToks right now.
Nice.
So that's Kokoro Yamazaki, one word, okay?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. He's having a good time doing it, and they are great.
Well, are y'all ready to get to the topic at hand?
Yes, he is.
Nope.
No.
There you go. There we go.
We had to do it at least once, right?
Nope. I love it that they do that a bunch of times.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They lean into it.
Nope. Especially when he's like in his truck.
When he's in the truck and opens up, he's like,
Yep.
nope.
Like when he's trying to pull out his camera and take a picture of what he thinks is an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And he's
dude.
just like, nope.
Nope.
I love when he locks his door.
Yeah.
This will protect me.
So, nope. New Jordan Peele movie
Absolutely.
came out a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah. You got the cast list over there.
Yeah, man. It's funny because I kept the whole time trying to remember Michael Wincott's name. I can never remember that fucking guy's name. But it's
Kokoro got
Daniel.
nearly 500 followers.
I'm serious.
Yeah, good going.
Yeah,
Wow.
I told you, like
man. Hell
it's
yeah.
taking off. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
Like, yeah, just off of Final
Go
Fantasy.
Kokoro.
Yeah, he just made that account like a couple of days ago, and he's
God
making these
damn,
Final Fantasy
really?
TikToks, and people are loving them. Yeah,
Man,
dude.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Kokoro.
go
Man,
support.
hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're fucking up.
I mean, that is a giant market. That is the truth.
Yeah, so it's starring Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer mostly. They're really the two main characters of the thing.
Yeah.
Well, Angel.
And Angel.
And Angel.
and Stephen Yeun. But their dad is Keith David.
Yeah,
And he's only in
he
a
is.
couple of little things,
But
but
he's
god
powerful.
damn it, dude!
Fantastic.
As soon as I saw his picture on the wall, I was like, yes,
Yes.
it's the Arbiter.
Absolutely, dude. I was so excited.
I love Keith David so much, man. He's not in enough stuff.
Absolutely.
Who else is in it? The girl Barbie Ferreira,
Barbie Ferreira.
from Euphoria.
Yeah, Michael Wincott.
Yep, Michael Wincott. Who else? Yeah, that's mostly the big ones.
Yeah, yeah. Those are our power players.
Yep, I love Daniel in this movie. I think that because
Yes.
he plays a very different character than he usually does. He's super introverted, and he does the perfect job at being that kind of guy. You know, like his stage fright is palpable at the beginning of it. You know, he doesn't really like making eye contact. He doesn't want to speak loud in public. He
Country
doesn't.
boy, man.
He's a country
Yeah,
boy,
country
dude.
boy.
But he plays it so well, dude.
Yeah, you know, I went with my other half, and she's like, you know, it just seems like he should say more. It seems like he should, and I'm like, well,
No, he's being. That
yeah,
guy.
it's like
That's
he
a
reminds me of my
different
granddad.
man.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
He reminds me of, like, seriously, I got
Yeah.
family like that where they're
Yeah.
just like, you know, they're men of few words, man.
That's right.
You know
But
what I'm
when
saying?
they
But
do
men of
speak-
action.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
right.
Hell
and,
yeah.
And he's absolutely that.
Yeah. Totally.
I love so we walked into this movie a touch late.
How late is late? You missed the intro?
I missed the intro.
Ooh.
That's right. That's right. Because I heard him say a little bit about the intro, but it was flashing the old movie.
The
I walked
horse in motion.
Yeah, it was doing that, and then it started rolling the initial credits and got right into it.
But
So-
you know the thing about the intro, right?
What about it? What about it?
The intro, the very first scene that you get before you see the scene of the guy riding on the horse. So
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
is-
really, what's the?
Because it's Gordy's,
Ever told him to
Gordy's
buckle?
home.
Nope. Well, no. The whole thing was that in the very beginning. Okay, we're just gonna go straight into spoilers. We're just
yeah,
gonna,
I
Might
mean-
as well.
I mean,
Fuck it.
well, hold on a second.
General-
Why don't we do this? Yeah, what did everybody think in general sense? And then we'll go to spoilers.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot too.
I really enjoyed it.
I can
Yes.
totally see how some people didn't. I understand why this is
Well,
a mixed movie.
It's like you were saying before. If you go into this movie expecting a Get Out or expecting an Ush,
You might be a little disappointed.
Yeah.
You might because it's a different tone.
It is
very
a
different
very
tone.
different tone.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, this is
And
like
very different cadence.
It's-
Right? But
well, in like, I mean, it's Jaws.
well, sure. I think it's more Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Like I think
It-
that's
it-
a better.
Yeah,
that's a better
and those
comparison.
are huge influences on this
Right,
movie.
right. It's
but
a
it's
a Spielberg
very
movie.
much
Yeah.
Jordan
Right.
Peele
Yeah.
doing that like classic
Uh-huh.
blockbuster Steven Spielberg kind of
And
movie.
the way that I said to him, and this is maybe the tiniest little bit of a spoiler, but it's not really, is that this to me feels like if M. Night Shyamalan made better movies.
Made a good movie.
Right. I mean,
You
'cause
know?
it does have that twist.
It has that feeling to it as well. How
Right.
there's that like vacancy in
Expectation
everybody,
and
right?
then-
And,
right. yeah.
right.
It's like it's hard to really just fully grasp what's happening
For
the
real.
entire time.
And then
So
all
it's
of a
like
sudden
your
it-
curiosity is just peaked the whole time. It's
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
And when are you going to get to the point? Like,
Right.
what's going
When are
on?
you gonna get to the
and
point?
then they
Which-
hit it, and it's like, oh
Uh-huh.
shit.
Mhm.
You know.
Which
Yeah.
that was Robbie's biggest criticism. Sorry to speak for you. I mean, you could just say this in the chat, but I'm gonna say it. Is that he thought that the movie was a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel him. I didn't
I
have a
gotcha.
problem with it.
I didn't
but
either.
I can see what he's saying.
I thought it was very like Tarantino-esque in that way, where the conversations really carried everything.
Right, the characters
then
and
the
the
big-
conversations.
Right,
yeah.
and then just that initial imagery of with him and his father.
Yes.
These things just stick into the back of your head, and you're asking yourself questions while the movie is slowly unraveling.
Right.
You know, and it's like any movie that makes me just think like that.
It keeps
Yeah.
you engaged
know?
the whole way through.
Right, absolutely. And then
Easily.
even after the credits rolled, I've been thinking about this movie all week.
Yeah, yeah.
And
absolutely.
just
Yeah,
thinking
seriously.
more and more about it, and
Don't look it in the eyes.
just how masterfully created the movie is. How the movie could have easily have taken the moniker of "Don't Look Up" had that not been
Yeah,
already
absolutely.
taken, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Nope is a better name anyway.
Nope
Yeah,
is
really.
a way better name.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's good.
I really like the dynamic between OJ and M.
Yeah, totally.
yeah.
No,
Like,
absolutely.
they are
They felt
definitely-
like siblings.
They feel
yeah.
like siblings.
feel like
When
absolute
she's like, "Can I
siblings.
get fun, OJ? Not this lame ass."
Right.
Yeah.
I know,
You know what I'm
really,
saying?
I know.
You know, I
I'm
got
just
that.
like-
I got that rec weed.
Uh-huh.
Man, that's all you had
That's
to
all
say.
you had to say.
Dude,
You
the
know?
the part right before that though, when he was going to deal with what's his name?
Jupe?
Ricky Jupe.
Jupe?
Jupe?
Jupe.
Old Jupe.
That's right. When he
What
was
a great name, by the way.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Well.
When he was going to deal with him, and he was like, "Look, I need you to just be quiet. You're kind of a liability right now." and
Yeah.
and she pretty much was like, "This is my side gig."
Yeah,
Right.
well,
You know,
he
and
tells
he's
her,
thinking-
like, don't be promoting your side gigs
Yeah.
on the job.
He's
And she's
like,
just
"This
like,
is my
this
side
is
gig."
my, this is
Yeah.
the side
And he
gig.
gives her that
Yeah.
look like, "Fuck you, this is the family business. Aren't you
Uh-huh.
on my fucking side here?"
And she's like, "Well,
You know?
I got my own side."
So,
That's right.
because Pops just died right before this.
Well, 6 months.
Okay,
This
yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing
It's
takes
relatively
place
soon,
Pretty much.
yes.
There was a
over
bit of
the
a
span
time
about
skip,
6
yeah.
months.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, like, the whole movie is all within that time frame.
Okay, so spoiler cast. Explain to me the beginning, because we missed the very,
Well-
very beginning, right before the credits roll.
Yes, the very beginning of the movie actually shows you it looks to be like a hallway,
Yeah, the cube.
and it's
I saw a
cube
little bit
and
of that.
everything's
Yeah, yeah.
undulating,
Which you know
whatever.
what it is now.
Right,
Right.
that's the whole
Right.
thing. The whole thing was actually shot from the creature's mouth,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so it was all Jean Jacket's mouth,
Uh-huh.
and then it took us into the shot of or I guess it really went that way. Then it zoomed in on the shot
Yeah.
of the black dude riding on the back of
Yeah.
the horse.
Gotcha.
And so from the very beginning moments of the film,
Yeah.
we see our villain.
Okay,
Oh,
then,
yeah,
we
absolutely.
barely missed anything.
Oh,
then.
right.
Not
we
really,
we were
yeah.
walking in right when that was going away, so I was trying to pay
because
attention.
but the only thing that happened
Well, I
before
thought-
that was a little bit about
Gordy's home.
Gordy's home.
Yeah,
But
it
they
was
didn't-
like the aftermath.
Well,
it was some.
So-
Yeah.
oh,
They show
or-
they pretty much show you that scene again
Yeah.
later on.
Later
in
on,
about the
they
second
just flesh
act.
it out. Yeah. they
Right,
flesh it
because
out.
remember they show you the scene and then they cut it off.
Yeah.
and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
they let you
It's
feel
that-
that for a minute.
Oh,
They're like,
yeah.
man, they could
They're
have really
like,
showed
what
all
the
of that,
fuck
and that would have been
happened?
bad.
Yeah.
And then they do show
then they
you,
do- yeah.
what Gordy was.
So
Well,
they
I mean,
don't show.
what's the-
Did they show him when the balloon pops? Is that
No,
No,
no. What
no,
it,
you
what
don't
it
know.
is,
So, like,
it's
up
the.
to-
It's the aftermath.
It
when he
starts
Oh.
when Gordy has calmed down and he kind of like kind of pokes that lady's
lady's
foot.
foot, yeah.
Oh,
And then
man.
he doesn't even walk up. You don't even
He
notice
just goes
that
over
it's-
to the top of the couch and jumps down, and then it cuts to.
and then it cuts to
the
that's
So
it.
it's
So
before
you
he looks at the kid.
before
and
before he looks at the kid.
Right.
So the whole time you're just like, what the fuck
Man, I
happened?
love
here?
that
And
scene.
how does
I
this?
love that
how,
fucking
what does
scene.
this have to do with?
Yeah,
anything?
it seems so
Yeah, what
random
does it
at
have
that
to do with
point, right?
anything?
Okay,
Yeah.
No, that's good. Okay, that's good. Yeah,
You
I thought
know?
this movie was about horses,
really.
and we
I
got
know.
chimps.
You know,
Yeah.
exactly. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that was the whole thing, right? It's just like, okay, they show us some things with some horses,
Mhm.
and we know that there's a horse farmer. We know all about that.
Uh-huh.
And then they show us the Gordy thing, and it's like, where's the correlation?
Yeah, where's this going?
And I feel like a lot of people still couldn't tie those two things together.
Oh,
by the
see,
end.
I got
a
it.
lot of it,
I
yeah.
got
Of
it.
course you
yeah,
did.
he was. Me and Robbie were sitting there talking about it, and he was like, I don't know if I'm sure about what the chimp thing meant. And I sat there for a second, and I had an idea in my head, but I'm like, I don't know whether this is just a vague idea. And he started looking stuff up, and he was like, oh, it's this. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah, I'm yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire
Uh-huh.
movie really is about the disenfranchised being like made a spectacle of and taken
Right.
advantage of. Because that was
Absolutely.
another thing that happened
Uh-huh.
in the very beginning is that you got a quote from the Hebrew Bible saying, what is it? Like, I will cover you in filth.
I will pelt you
I will
with I will pelt you with vile
Yes.
and make thee a spectacle.
Right. It's,
Something
I will,
about it,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like I will pelt thee with filth. I will. It was something. There's a line in between that.
Yeah.
And then I will make you a spectacle. And
Yeah.
the whole thing is about like how a lot of the people who go and make these films happen, a lot of these people don't get the notoriety that they deserve.
You're right.
And a lot of people who are just, you know, Hollywood will chew you up and spit you out. You know what I'm saying? They'll chew you up,
It
make
will.
you feel like you're more than you actually are.
And then when they
then
don't need
leave
you anymore,
right?
Yeah,
and leave
exactly.
you for nothing, right?
yeah.
And so, you looking up that quote?
Which is
I am.
pretty much what happened to Jupe.
Well, I mean, okay, so I guess we have to just run this down from go beat by beat, right? So
Yeah.
our movie starts and we're actually on the farm. OJ and his father run Haywood's Hollywood Horses.
Which I love that logo with the
Dude,
the
that
film
logo
strip.
is so sick. It's so
That's-
fucking sick.
That's a
That's what
genius
it is.
logo.
I will cast abominable filth upon you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So that's our intro
So, yeah.
quote.
And
But
the movie,
yeah, so
the movie
they.
pretty much does that.
I mean, it's all about spectacle,
That's right.
and you know what happens when you profit off of spectacle.
Right.
But yeah, so they own their farm. They have a horse farm,
Or a ranch.
Oh, horse ranch. I'm sorry, they're
Yeah.
they're wranglers, and so they would actually raise these horses, sell them, do what I mean, whatever. Sorry, I'm sitting here going through the movie. I'm just like, God damn it, man, this is so crazy. There's so
Yeah.
much, man. But his dad essentially is out there looking at his horses, and he even says it. He's like, "There's Ghost out there being super territorial, and." Ghost wasn't really being territorial. Ghost is just hearing some things
Yeah.
and reacting to something else. But all of a sudden, you hear the sounds of things coming out of the air, and next thing we know, OJ Senior or Otis is his name.
Otis,
Yeah,
yeah.
Otis
Because
Senior.
OJ is for Otis Jr.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Otis is sitting on the back of Ghost and ends up falling off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had been
You've been hit with a quarter.
hit with, well, it was a nickel, right? But we didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
All we knew is that he had
He'd
been hit by
fallen off.
something.
Yeah.
Right, and he was leaking blood out. And so that we get to the hospital, and of course, OJ comes back
Yeah.
with that nickel in a bag. And so it was a nickel that had lodged itself all the way into the base of his brain.
Yeah.
Right? Like, all the way
Yeah.
in. And so it came down with some considerable force. The government told them that it had fallen out of an airplane.
Yeah. It was an airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
that
then
never
Ghost had a
sit
key
well.
in his butt.
Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
And so at that point, I was thinking it was something maybe electromagnetic. It was hard to really tell
Yeah.
what the fuck was going
Right.
on.
Yeah.
But OJ, really didn't buy it, and so we get a short time skip, and it's OJ trying to sell his horses because the ranch is not doing well without
Right.
Otis to help lead it, and so he goes to Jupiter's Claim to sell another horse. They're going to
Yeah.
put him in a film
Yeah.
in front of a green screen, and well, they don't really respect the horse,
Right.
and M ends up showing up
That's
to
lucky.
do
That is Lucky.
That's Lucky. Lucky is
Lucky's
lucky.
Lucky's
lucky.
That's why-
Is he lucky?
Well, maybe he's just smart. He didn't walk out of that box.
Right.
That's all I'm
Lucky's
saying.
lucky.
Yeah.
And so, but that's where we
Lucky
get
makes his own luck.
to meet him, because.
But the whole time before M gets there, OJ's up there and he's trying to tell everybody, hey, be cool, don't look it in the eyes, but again,
And don't get behind it.
Don't
And
get
everybody
behind it.
keeps trying to get behind
well,
it.
because he didn't assert himself in the room and go, look, you
Right.
can't do this around this horse, because you kind of have to do that with these type
You
of
really
folks,
do,
Exactly.
yeah.
or they'll run all
They're
over
just
you.
moving, exactly.
Right. And so that's the whole reason his sister's supposed to be there, so that she can help him out with that part of the thing that he's not good with.
He's super
he can handle the
nervous.
horse, but yeah, he's having a little bit of a panic attack while he's there. He's trying to address the crowd.
But more than anything, he's trying to protect Lucky.
But he's trying. That's his main focus.
Right.
He is thinking about his horse. You know
Right.
what I mean? And he has to tell a couple of people, like you said, stay away from the back, don't look it in the eyes,
Right.
all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh well, I guess we need to do the safety meeting now. And
no,
so
my sister will be here in just a few minutes.
right, and they're
Right.
like,
Nope.
sorry, can't hear you in the back. Can you speak up?
Uh-huh.
And he starts trying to do the spiel.
Right.
The
same
Yeah.
speech that his dad used to
yeah.
give.
Do you know what the first the horse on film ever was, or film ever captured was? And then
And then
M
enter
busts in.
M.
And she's
Yeah.
loud
Comes in
as
with
hell,
energy,
with
boy.
a bunch of energy. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And she's super cool. She's ready to do it. She starts talking to everybody, and she's oh, I'm sorry, I was a little late, but
Moving on.
moving on.
Uh-huh.
And she gets it knocked out, and it's all good.
I love that.
But she starts plugging herself.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm also an actress, singer.
I
You do a
do.
little bit of singing.
Seamstress.
Seamstress.
That jockey-
Motorcyclist.
Yeah. Right.
You
that
know,
jockey
don't you know
was
about that?
my great grandfather.
Uh-huh.
Great. That's another
That's
great.
another great.
Yeah.
And it's like she
Yeah.
forgot that
Grandfather.
great because she memorized her dad's script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she just regurgitated what she had heard before. So and that's an incredible writing detail.
It really is.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
she never thought about it.
Uh-huh.
She just said
She
the
said
thing
the
that
thing
she
he-
heard.
right.
Said the
And
thing.
OJ's in the back just like, well, that's actually your great
Yeah.
grandfather.
Yep.
That's another great.
Yeah, but then she goes to try to plug herself some more and try to get more jobs.
Yeah.
And at that point, everybody rushes up on the horse, and OJ's standing over there by himself again.
Well,
with the horse.
Right. Well,
And-
they end up showing the horse a reflection of itself.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
which
They
makes
hold
it-
a mirror straight up
And
to his
he
eyes.
kicks the shit out of a sandbag. I guess.
Well,
that's
yeah,
what it
he
is.
damn near he
He
almost
kicked
kicked the
somebody.
star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He almost
The-
kicks the star.
Yeah, and so, but he barely missed that, hit the sandbag.
Dude, that lady goes, "Your name's really OJ?"
Uh-huh.
Dude,
he's
I'm
like,
fucking-
yeah, Otis Jr.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, once again, it comes
Okay.
down to just how people because remember when they were just like, oh, horse people,
Yeah.
you know?
Horse
And she's
people.
like,
Yeah, the horse
"Oh."
guy.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, right? And
Yeah.
it's like,
Hey, where's the old dude?
yeah.
Oh man, he passed away.
Right.
And like you're telling me we have the son? Fuck, this is so fucking bad. And he turns around and he goes, "Okay, great."
Yeah.
And so they ended up actually firing OJ, and they're just going to go with the CG horse.
So
Yeah.
then he's got to sell Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's selling Lucky to Jupe at Jupiter's Claim, and of course he doesn't want M coming in there and fucking up the deal.
Right.
However, M comes with them, and well, I
She
mean,
can't stop talking.
She can't stop talking.
Nope.
And of course, like Stephen Yeun plays
Yeah.
Jupe, and
Who was
he
like a
loves the
child
fact-
star
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Right? You
Yeah.
know, he was in what was the
It's Gordy's.
well, no, Gordy's Home is
The
the
second
big
one? Yeah.
one.
What's the first show he was in?
Yeah, it was like the one where they're looking down the well. He was in a few different movies that they
Right.
reference, whatever. So he's
Yeah.
just a child star that was also
Well, he was like
on
a cowboy
Gordy's
kid,
Home.
right? He was like
Yeah,
a
it was
a
something like
cowboy.
Was it
that.
called Kid Cowboy?
It was a kid cowboy. It's something
was
like
something
that.
very similar.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He was
Kid-
basically a
Kid
child
Calamity or
sheriff.
some
It
shit?
seemed
Yeah.
like that's what he was.
I
He was
think
like
it was Kid Sheriff.
Kid Sheriff.
I think Kid Sheriff is actually the name of it.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing, the whole joke was that he was a sheriff, but he was
Yeah.
also Asian.
Right.
Which,
Yeah.
That's just funny,
Yeah,
right?
right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so, once again, disenfranchised
Asians
people.
don't sheriff.
They don't sheriff, yeah, especially not a kid.
I didn't think about that as a nod to Blazing Saddles, but maybe
Right.
that's what he's kind of
yeah, dude. And so,
Uh-huh.
and it's crazy how they show when they're on the way to Jupe's office.
Yeah.
They show that well.
Oh, they do.
And
Uh-huh.
she peeks into it and photobombs those
Uh-huh.
kids.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
basically recreates the image for the Kid Sheriff
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
poster. Like,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
On
to
accident,
the letter.
basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
but
hilarious. It's really
I mean,
good.
they check off gun really well.
the whole
in this
time.
mo-
The whole time, dude.
They
Yeah.
set up all kinds of shit that
Yeah.
you're not even thinking about until it like pays off. And
Mhm.
you're just like, whoa,
Like, wow,
okay,
dude, like, you're killing it.
that's That's good filmmaking.
And so,
right there.
so OJ is going in there to talk to him about selling horses. And so he's talking to Jupe. And of course, M just keeps interrupting because she's looking at all of Jupe's memorabilia on the walls. And of course, him being a child celebrity, his favorite topic is himself, right?
Yeah.
He can't wait to talk about all of that, especially when all of a sudden OJ's like, "Oh, I may want to buy some of those horses back from
And
you."
he was not very interested.
Jupe's like, "Oh, and then starts talking about some other shit."
Which we have no idea why he's not interested at this moment.
Right,
But you can tell that he completely shuts that down. Like he's not even right.
Yeah. But it seems like he's just more interested in talking about himself.
That's
than
all it
anything
seems
else.
like at the moment.
You know,
right.
and telling the story, especially when he shows him the secret room with all the memorabilia from Gordy's.
I also think it's funny that he doesn't trust M to help him with that deal.
Right.
But what he fails to realize is that because Jupe is a narcissist, potentially playing into his ego by talking about his shit.
She opens all the doors.
Right.
Yes.
Right. But he all he's focused on is the deal. He's like, no, I need to talk to this man. Just stop talking.
That leans in something that you notice a little bit later on is they're kind of two halves of a whole.
They really are, dude.
Yeah. Brother and sister, man.
Yeah, man.
Like seriously, that's the way it goes. You have the introvert, you have the extrovert. It just happens like that, right? You know?
Yeah, but they have to help each other to get somewhere.
It's usually that second born too that's a little bit louder than that first born.
That's right.
You know, it's just really, really interesting.
Yep.
But yeah, so she really has no interest in the family business, but that's all that he cares about.
Right.
Yeah.
So he thinks that all she's doing is distracting from the family business, and he's getting angry over there. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, well, do you want to? I usually charge money for this, but and walks over to this wall, opens up a secret door, and then there's an entire museum, much like the Nick Cage museum we recently saw.
Very similar to that,
right?
Except for it's all from Gordy's home,
and there's that shoe.
With the little stain of blood on
There's
it.
There's that shoe sitting there.
Yeah.
And then he starts going into the entire reason why people don't use chimpanzees in films and TV anymore.
And he references the SNL sketch with Chris Kattan, which is a real sketch.
That's the fucked up part about it.
It's
I forget what that's called. Mr. Peepers.
Mr. Peepers.
Mr. Peepers, dude. Mr.
And
Peepers is the thing that Chris Kattan used to
gold.
get on SNL. He did, because I don't know if you guys know about this. I got to talk about this. I love Chris Kattan.
Me too.
And I'm really sad about what happened to him. But Chris Kattan, when he very first got his interview for SNL, he recorded on like a cassette tape all of the doctor's dialogue for the Mr. Peepers sketch. So he was acting as Mr. Peepers to himself on the tape as though it was presenting him as the subject of this experiment.
And then Stephen Yeun, when he's telling it all, he's like, Chris Kattan.
Yeah, dude.
Chris fucking Kattan.
Yeah.
He's fucking killing
Sherry
it.
O'Terry. He started naming and I'm like, that's the SNL cast.
Like he's telling the story about that sketch with such reverence.
Yeah, he is.
You know,
that was so authentic feeling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, it had the feeling of somebody in the industry that obviously knows the ins and outs, speaking about something that we know the ins and outs of because we see it. It's but it's also referencing a thing that didn't really happen.
Exactly.
It's fucking perfect.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's so well written.
But you find out that Gordy had a bad day.
Right. It's like, at that point he's just like, he's like, honestly, just watch that. SNL could do it way better than I can tell the story.
And then that's when they show you the little glimpse of it, right? Is that when they show you the first glimpse?
I think that's a little later on.
That's a little bit later.
It's later on because all you get really is him just kind of staring off.
Right, but you get that one glimpse of like the outside of the set, so you see the back side of the walls. And
With the three cameras that look like alien heads. Yeah, because they have those three cameras that look like a combination between chimps and aliens. And
totally.
And then you hear the smacking in the back,
and it kind of peeks really over there, and then you see a little bit of some arms going in the air, and then that's it. That's it for the first time. But that's later that they show you that.
Yeah,
it's one of the times that he's zoning out though.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's right before he's about to do the presentation.
Ooh.
Yeah. So some weird shit starts happening on the ranch.
Yeah, because basically after this, they go back home.
Yeah, go back home, and she's gonna leave. Because she's like, you're boring as fuck, and you don't want to talk to me. And he's like, I'm busy. I've got mouths to feed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to figure this shit out. But they still, you can tell they love each other and that they really do want to bridge a gap. But both of them, OJ has pain that he hasn't reconciled at all.
Yeah,
'cause
he
it
hadn't
doesn't make sense
processed
to
it.
him.
Yeah.
Well, because the whole situation doesn't make sense. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck
Well,
just
it's a
happened?
lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, totally. You know,
Yeah.
your dad got killed by a nickel.
And now he
And-
has
and
all
now-
of the
And now
responsibility
you have
of all
the
the ranch.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't have your dad's moxie. You don't have his connections.
That's
you don't have
right.
anything. So it's all falling apart. And
Yeah.
the industry is changing.
And it's not
So
just,
people
oh
just
no,
don't
I'm going to
wanna
lose
use
a
horses.
ranch. Oh no, I'm losing a few horses. He's losing his like
His legacy.
his
His
legacy,
family's- yeah.
his family's legacy
Right.
at this point.
And,
And that's
which is
tearing
a-
him to pieces.
She goes.
is another
You telling me
thing
you
that
don't you
we-
you don't want to see what's in Dad's liquor cabinet?
Yeah, he was like, because I mean, another a huge point is, and this is something that most of you already know, because they discussed it in every trailer for the movie, is that they were descendants of the first black person who was ever in film. So
Right.
the first,
Well,
He's the
sequence
first
of
person
Image-
to ever
in
be
film,
filmed,
the first,
right?
yeah, the
Yeah.
first person to ever be filmed was a black dude.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers his name. They remember the horse's name
Yep.
and
Yeah.
the filmmaker's name, but not the dude's name.
It was a 3-second
And
clip of
so-
a black man riding a horse.
Exactly. And
Since
so,
pitches can move, we had skin
we
in
had
the
skin
game.
in the game, you
So
know, which is
good.
also
Right.
interesting. But the truth of it is like honestly nobody knows the name of that person.
Right,
So
right,
they
and
created
that's-
this fictitious family based off of that, which
Yeah.
is
Genius again.
genius once
Again,
yeah.
yeah.
once again.
Uh-huh.
All right. So just to make sure we're all on the same page. So we're going into the dad's liquor cabinet, and we're having some convo about dad and how he was kind of a little bit of a dick, especially to M.
Yeah.
She was supposed to have gotten her horse when she was 8 years old, a horse by the name of Jean Jacket.
Jean Jacket.
And
Yep.
it was supposed to be her horse to train, and he ended up not giving it to her, and
Because-
OJ trained it.
Yeah, because he needed it for like a movie or
Yeah,
whatever.
for the Scorpion King.
Yeah, for the Scorpion.
For the
Yeah,
fucking
no.
Scorpion King, bro.
Nice.
They ended up
Like,
using
nice. He
camels
also had the
anyway.
crew hoodie later.
Yeah.
The Scorpion
Absolutely.
King
The
crew
Scorpion
hoodie.
King crew. Man, let's go. And so,
And then he's like,
yeah.
and they didn't even use horses. They ended up using camels.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right? He's like, that was the first job his dad ever took him on. And but so she was really upset about that. She ends up jamming out in the house. Cranking
it.
the music and
Yeah.
everything.
Well,
and
so at that point,
Ghost is
Ghost is already causing a fuss before she starts cranking everything.
Well,
right?
I don't think he's
Well-
like causing a fuss. He's just out of his
Oh,
pen.
he's just out of his pen.
He's out of
Yeah.
his
So
pen.
then he starts.
Yeah.
So
he's out of his pen, but he's
OJ
in
goes
another
outside.
one. But then OJ goes outside to check on him, and he jumps the fence
But that's
and goes
what-
into a sprint.
Yeah, because she starts
Yeah.
cranking the music.
Right. So she
Yeah.
doesn't hear anything. She's whatever. She did look out the window. She's like, "Where he going?" Which is really kind of funny to me
Like, I don't know.
because she was. I mean, a lot of her dialogue.
It's
just
a little
seems
bit
so-
too real.
It's so natural.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking well. Both of them,
Uh-huh.
like, dude, when they're in the fries the first time and they're like
Yeah,
complaining to each
that
other,
was
he's
actually
like,
a real
he's
fries.
like, "What, you think I got some money?" No, that is a real fries.
That is
Yeah,
a real fries.
they all
of them
have
are
different
themed.
themes.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
God, I wish we had a fries electronics.
Oh my god!
Okay,
like,
but beyond this, okay, I can't
Anyways.
just.
so much, man.
Yeah, but when they're sitting there talking about it, and he's like, but basically, they know that there's some disturbance going on at the ranch, so then they go to a Fry's to pick up cameras.
Yeah.
Because they want.
Well, no. So Ghost went and ran off, and OJ was gonna go after Ghost, but then OJ happened to see something flit across the sky.
Right.
And he doesn't know what it was, but he was just like, I saw it. It was big.
And they know
you know.
something's-
So he comes
yeah.
back, and M's like, "What'd you see?" And she's like, once again, this is that brother-sister dynamic where it's like, no, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to think you're crazy. He doesn't want to tell her
Because,
he thinks he's going to sound crazy.
She's like,
But
no,
she's
no,
like,
I need to know.
I
Yeah.
need to know. What
Yeah.
did you see?
Yeah.
And he's like, he says so little. And she's like, oh, are you saying what I think you're saying? And he's just like,
Yeah.
yeah. And she's just like, holy fuck, and believes him 100%. And so then they go into their Fry's
Then they go to Fry's,
and get camera equipment.
I love
because,
the guy.
like,
I love the guy that works at Fry's.
dude, because the whole thing is all
Well, and
about
you don't
getting,
think you're gonna like him.
I don't,
when you first-
no.
when you first meet him.
it's all about getting the Oprah shot.
It's
The
all
Oprah-
about
you're
the
right,
It's all
Oprah
about getting
shot.
the Oprah shot, the impossible shot. There's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
if we can capture this thing
We're gonna-
and prove that there is greater life, existing on this planet or extraterrestrial life, whatever it is, then we can make enough money, to save our farm, save our lives.
Right.
And for her, of course, she's been trying to make it this whole time.
Yeah.
So that makes all of her dreams come true.
Totally.
And
Right.
so, but the only way that she can make it matter as much to OJ, because all he cares about is Oprah Winfrey. He's just like,
Right.
is it big enough for Oprah?
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
God damn it, there's so many different shows. You love some Oprah.
Okay, fine. Oprah.
You
We'll
live-
take it to Oprah.
And then she was like, okay, well, we need to get the impossible shot. No, wait. the Oprah show.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that gets him immediately. He is on board, you know? And so then they happen upon Angel.
Man, and Angel's...
Angel works there.
I love it when they start putting the boxes down. He's like, "Do you want the nope?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to join our
Nope. Thank you, Angel.
Okay, turn down the installation, whatever." And then
only OJ's just like, okay, well, how difficult is the installation?
And he's like, well, I mean,
you're not gonna be able to do it,
right? Yeah. and they look at each other like, "You fucking kidding me with this guy?" And so what's going on up there? I noticed you got the battery backups. What's going on? He's like, "Well, we keep having power dropouts. Everything will drop out. The TV, the lights, the cell phones." And he's like, "Look, cell phones have batteries. Okay, you might be losing your Wi-Fi connection, but
you're not
unless it's
power.
extraterrestrials, you're not going to have power dropouts on your cell phone."
And
And
of
he
course
just sits there
just
for a
like-
second, and they look at each other, and he's like,
Okay.
No. What happens is he's done setting up the cameras, and OJ, and it's one of those adjustable security
I'm
cameras.
still talking about when they're in
keeps
Well,
going.
in Fry's, but baby steps, baby, baby steps. We're gonna get excited. Okay, so you're absolutely correct because
he's asking about him there,
right?
Yeah.
He noticed that there was something amiss, but he didn't have confirmation. Until they went back to the ranch.
That's right.
And he was setting up the cameras, and like you're saying,
OJ kept telling him to go up higher, go up higher,
and he's looking at him. He's
just like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're installing the second camera, and he's like, they call them UAPs now.
Yeah.
They've had to change the name, You know when all that leaked document shit came out from the CIA? All that stuff came out, and everybody kind of freaked out about it, searching UFOs, so they changed the name to UAPs. Nobody knows what the fuck a UAP is.
What the fuck happened. That happened a couple of years ago, people. That was very, very real. That is very, very real. That's so crazy.
I know.
It's so crazy.
Man.
They keep skirting the line, right? It's like we're getting right to truth and pulling it back.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I mean, once again, all these things make you think like, what did happen with all that?
Right? And then that's when he's like, I knew it, guys. I knew that. Hey, I can monitor these from the house.
Nope.
And then he's about to get in the car. He's all like, "Look, you're gonna get a call from my supervisor.
5 stars, Angel. 5 stars.
Thank you."
Oh my God, so good, man.
And that's the thing, man. That performance from
great.
him is so good.
He kept talking
when
about
you
his
first
girlfriend
meet
that broke up with him.
Oh, yeah, when he first shows up.
Through this whole time, you're just like, fuck this douchebag, and you think he's just like a one-off character.
Yeah.
But then when he comes back, he just turns into the best boy.
What happens is, okay, so he has the camera set up, et cetera, et cetera. They do end up having another encounter with the UFO.
Yeah.
UFO. That's a good way to put it. Right.
Right. Yeah. And so
that's when Clover gets used.
But
loose,
what happens is one of the cameras goes down, and they're not even aware of it until Angel calls them.
Yeah, because he's
calls
like, hey,
because
there's
he's been
a
watching-
mantis on one of your cameras.
Right, right.
And
Because
then
they lost power at the Fry's as well, and he's sitting there at Fry's watching on the laptop, monitoring their
I
cameras.
think the Fry's
anyway.
they were just closing.
Yeah, no, dude, the
because
key
they
holder
ended
was turning off lights. Like they should, I don't understand
Because
why
that
he
other
was there
girl
after
was
night.
still there as
Right.
well too.
I'm
remember?
completely confused by that. Unless at Fry's they just leave folks there in case you need.
I think their power went off. I think they lost power. Because they were turning shit off and they're like sitting there, but then they lost power and he's looking all around and it's kind of fucking weird. And that's when that other girl who was eating the whole time, she was sitting there eating a bag of chips or whatever, she popped up out of nowhere. He was just like, oh! And then it turned out
I didn't
that
realize
she
they
called.
lost power.
And she called and
It
she,
didn't seem like
he
they did
called
at that point.
and he
It
was
seemed
like,
they were closing.
he was like, hey, well, this one of your cameras is down.
Right.
You know, go check on that shit. And he's just talking to him the whole time. And all of a sudden she chimes in. She's just like watching and eating her chips. And then, like, you know, I think the power went off after because that's when she was like, what happened to OJ?
Yeah, because they were in the middle of closing.
Yeah, so they were closing. He was watching the shit. She
then
popped
the power
up.
went down
Yes,
later.
the power went off after. Okay, all right. Sequence.
I still think it was weird that both of them were hanging out after the store closed, but it also looked
he was
like
just interested in what he was doing.
and it also looked like the
Her
manager
was
was
just
kind of
nosy.
mean mugging. Like he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I'm closing up.
Well,
Like
that's just not the way it goes in a corporate.
no, they get everybody the fuck out.
Yeah, you get the fuck out. You know, that's just how it goes.
They're not having you stealing thumb drives and shit after hours.
Right. It's very real. But yeah, so they did. They lost power at the ranch. Because whatever this UAP is can shut down all electricity, all battery operated everything, vehicles. It does not matter.
It even does things that don't make sense, like make MP3s play in slow motion.
Right.
That's right.
It does that. Sunglasses at night. And so sunglasses at night.
It was fucking great.
Good.
On, but it's like one of the cameras is down, so let's check out this other camera. But there's a praying mantis
on
that one, and
that was a pretty
shaking
good
the
jump
camera.
scare.
Like, get off,
yeah,
get off
dude,
of it.
with the remote control, trying to remotely shake it off, and
It's just
it's
doing
not budging.
this. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also weird because that mantis seems like it knows.
that was very oddly placed.
That to me is one of those Shyamalan details,
Right.
Where he's like, I'm not gonna say anything
And
about
it was
this.
the mantis all along.
Right.
Right. Well, because also OJ makes a
What a
reference to how few insects and bugs are out there ever at all.
Ever.
You
yeah,
know,
totally.
It's like that's just so weird. Like, where'd that thing come from? Because like they're never out here.
He says I never see mantises.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So the second one goes down, and at that point, is that when they start to see the lights in the distance?
No, I think that was the first time.
That was the first
Yeah,
time.
That was the
OJ
first
saw
time
those
because
lights.
that's Jupiter.
That's
Jupiter's claim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Jupe practicing,
Practicing.
getting ready
Right.
for his show.
Practicing at night. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is when Clover gets got. One of the other horses.
Right.
And he actually.
So
that's the
that'd
name of
be
the act.
the flags.
No, that's after.
That's after.
Because that's the
That's the decoy.
That's
horse.
the decoy horse.
Right,
with the
right.
flags.
Because
Okay.
Clover ends
Yeah.
up getting sucked up, and Clover's gone. And so then M has the bright idea. She's like, "I'm going somewhere." The next day, I'm going somewhere. Doesn't tell him where she's going.
Yeah.
And so she goes and gets a
kind of horse statue.
statue of a
a
horse.
statue of a horse with some flags
Yes.
that actually came from Jupiter's claim.
Yeah, she
puts it
stole
out
it.
in the middle of the field and just like, this is a decoy horse.
right.
And then
Because
at
that point, they ended up talking about the alien,
The disturbance.
and OJ names whatever it is Jean Jacket.
Yeah.
And also makes a reference to what if it's not a ship?
Right.
Yeah, I don't
Right,
think
he said that
these
real
UFO,
early
these
on.
Ships. Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think he names
It's
it Jean Jacket until they're coming up with the plan of how to get the perfect shot. Until the cinematographer
I
comes
thought
in.
he named it Jean Jacket, and then she went and got, because that was the thing that made her really kind of take more of a lead in.
Well, because she
trying to
wasn't
capture the
going
shot
to
and do this
help
thing.
with the plan until he named it Jean Jacket.
Right,
And that's
exactly.
when, and like I said, I think that's after the cinematographer comes in. That's after.
She wouldn't have gone to get the decoy horse. If
No,
she
she
wasn't
was all about it. She was all about trying to capture this thing on
Until it
those
ate that
security.
decoy horse.
Until it fucking shot blood all over the house. Until that
It did do
scene,
that.
I thought
because
she wanted
that
to bail
scene,
before
she was
that.
like, "Fuck this."
Right.
You
I
know?
thought she wanted to bail before that. Because she was in there with Angel at that point. When she wanted to bail, it was just her and OJ. And
Yeah.
OJ's like, "Nah, I'm gonna see this shit through."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Because she had to stay with her brother, right? And so
Well, so she brings a decoy horse. Up.
Yeah.
And as they're setting the decoy horse up, Jupe shows up.
Yeah.
And Jupe's trying to act like he's giving him a flyer to the event.
and he's like,
"Wait, where'd you get the decoy?
Where'd you get that horse?
Uh-huh.
Where'd you get your horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd you get your horse?
Yep.
Yeah, And I love how they're just yelling at him. He's so far away.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Angel's
Hey.
all like, "We'll see you later."
Yeah. Jupe's like, "Hey, can I come?" And you're like, "Nope."
Yeah. And
Which-
so when the decoy horse, because that night, that's when the decoy horse gets
got.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the first time you see the inside of the UFO, right? Isn't that the first time?
I think the first
Kind
time you
of,
see
but
it
the
is
first
when
time you
he's
see
sucking
it-
up all the people.
Yeah, you see it.
Yeah.
The first time you
you
actually
see it
the
before
inside,
that. You see it before that.
Well, you see it in the intro.
You see
and
it
then
in the credits,
The
yeah.
first time that you actually get to see the inside is after
With the people.
Yeah.
Jupiter's show.
Because
Yes.
after it gets the horse, it just hides behind
Which-
another cloud, and you
Okay.
just see the flags coming out of the cloud, which
Right.
is where the poster image comes from.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so it sucks up the horse,
Right,
and
it
then
purges it because it hates it.
right,
It
right.
doesn't like unorganic matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it just takes it off, and then that's like you said, the cloud thing.
Yeah.
And then the next day, that's when they start talking about the cloud that doesn't move.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's when Angel shows up, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Right. And he's like, "Okay, I've been watching your stream all night, and I was
the whole thing, but here I just want to show you something. Let me know when you see it." And then OJ's like, "Holy shit! Right there, that cloud never moves." He shows them like a time lapse video of their ranch, and he's like, "That cloud never moves." And then he's like, I've been staring at that same cloud for 6 months.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I've been staring at that same cloud every day for 6 months.
Every day for 6 months. Yeah.
Not thinking about it, because why would you think that you just go, huh, that's kind of weird, it's not moving
weird,
much.
I guess it'll drift later.
Right.
Whatever. Look up. This cloud looks pretty similar to the last cloud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll make up excuses for why that thing is persistent. Right.
Until there's a reason not to.
And what and then like, what is it, like that night?
Yeah.
Jupe's kids come and try to fuck with him.
Well, like, Scott, you ruined that whole scene,
man?
dog.
No.
So,
no.
God, well,
we're discussing this. We don't have to go moment by moment.
The point of that scene is that
Scott likes telling the punchline first.
I know, right? I know. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? No, so OJ goes out into the shed, and there's movement in the shed. He's like, what the fuck ever, and so he ends up seeing some shadows of like what looks like people, but they're like all furry, and they have these big round eyes, and for some people, man, that's the whole thing, is like that's your red herring. It's like, oh shit, they're the aliens, and everybody in the theater was like super tense, like,
you know
what I'm saying, because they're popping up, they're standing up like super slowly and walking towards them and seeing them. One of them drops down upside down next to him. You know what I'm saying?
He punches that motherfucker.
And he punches
punches
that motherfucker.
And then a small child goes,
oh, and he goes, no. He punched it and ran, and then he was waiting for that one to peek around. He's recording it.
Yeah.
And then, because there was something that happened, is that when he punched the... No,
when he punches it is when
the kid, you immediately
know it's a kid.
Right,
yeah.
but there was so there was the peek. Yeah, there was one peeking. Then there was one that dropped down. Then there's a punch, and then there's the don't mess with Jupiter's claim. Yeah. But it just trying to be all the Jupe's little boys, like fooling them, like running that prank.
But
that scene,
that performance that they do has to be shitty, by the way.
Oh yeah,
it's got to be shitty, right?
Well, and then you also saw those costumes actually at Jupiter's claim.
Yeah. They're
basically monkey suits. You know what I'm saying? Which is also a reference to Gordy's
the Gordy's
right?
Thing.
Exactly. But that was that moment when like the entire crowd in the theater was completely taken off.
Oh yeah.
Completely. Everybody was like, "Oh, here it is."
I was by myself in the theater, and I was just like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
But around here has to be when they do the Gordy's thing. Around where we're talking has to be where they shoot off and show the Gordy's episode.
Probably.
Because well, I think it's at the beginning of the next chapter.
Well, you find out about it before.
Each chapter is called the name. Like there was Clover, there was Lucky, there was Ghost. Ghost was the first one. You had Ghost, Clover, Lucky, and then you had Gordy. After that, the beginning of the Gordy's chapter is when they showed the actual Gordy's home filming.
Yeah.
And she brings home the balloons. What are you thinking?
I guess I was thinking it went in a different order than that, but just
it's really hard. Like, I would love to.
We're talking about.
Right. Well, I would actually love to see this movie again.
Exactly.
To be honest, because there are so many little details, and the sequence of everything really does matter.
It matters.
Yeah. It really does matter. But I think that you saw that one before you saw the Gordy's home thing, because at that point in time, it's not really about you're thinking about monkeys. It's just about furry aliens.
You see the event.
Not
eventually.
Yet. No, that's way later.
Well, okay.
Yeah, that's later.
The presentation.
His like Jupe's event.
You see the Gordy's thing before Jupe's event, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's specifically
it's between his sons showing up.
Yeah,
and then after that, you're gonna see at the beginning of the next sequence, the next act. Then you see the Gordy's home filming.
Yeah.
And you see what set Gordy
Which
off.
I thought was great. The way that they did the show and they showed the kind of behind the scenes look for the thing. You know what I mean? Even the point where the kid version of Jupe kind of screws up his lines.
Yeah,
and he has to
like,
start
pick
over
up
again.
from there.
Pick up from there. It's fine. But he was always like the kindest one to Gordy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they had a whole like fist bumping scene. They were like looking into telescopes together. Like they were kind of the buddy pair out of the entire cast.
They invented the exploding fist bump.
They did.
That was you. But yeah, and so they show that whole thing where they're filming an episode, and Gordy, of course, as a chimpanzee, main character, is really just a collection of different monkeys who play Gordy. So it's not always the same monkey. It's just like different chimps. But this chimp, they're on set doing things. Everything's going swimmingly. But then all of a sudden they're like, "Okay, surprise, Gordy, it's your birthday," and open up a box. Balloons come out. One of the balloons hits the lights,
and it pops. Yep.
And Gordy
flips the fuck
ape
off for
shit.
6 minutes and 17
That's
seconds.
exactly it. Yeah.
6:13 for 6 minutes and 13 seconds. He goes ape shit, and it's so masterfully shot because you hear the pop, you hear Gordy scream, and we already know what happens, right? So, and then they cut to black.
Yeah.
Everybody in the theater with me was just like, "Oh," and so disappointed.
They keep,
and then they bring it right
And
back.
they bring it right back.
They
Yeah.
bring
That's
it
right.
back,
Uh-huh.
and then start showing
Everybody
you.
keeps wanting to see the
Yeah,
spectacle.
because it kind of makes it feel
they'd
like
rather
the whole
see the
point.
spectacle than the actual show.
Dude,
and
that's the whole point. They show you they're basically holding that dark when it cuts to black. That's them holding a mirror up to you. You know what I'm saying? Be like, you want to see the spectacle. Like no matter
wanna
how
see
horrible it is,
you want to
wanna
see it.
see it. And it's like you're disappointed right now, and I know you are. So here's your payoff. But for that 1 minute,
We're gonna
you
make
were
you feel
very
uncomfortable.
much yes,
Yeah.
you're very much you're upset, but you're also disappointed.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh man, that's horrific, but I still wanted to see the monkey get active.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then you see the
And
monkey
then you see
get
the monkey,
active,
yes.
and it's
Yes,
bad.
And so
It's bad,
the
dude.
monkey does. Oh my God, he ends up beating and just ripping people apart, eating
and
their
the whole
faces.
the whole scene
eating
is
the faces
shot
of anybody
from
that he kills.
Yeah, it's shot from young Jupe's perspective,
Hiding
Under
under
a table.
Yes.
Yeah, just watching his co-stars get torn the
Every single one of them. There's
Yeah.
one girl who she was kind of behind a couch. Same girl we saw in the intro. Same girl we saw in the brief moment of a flashback we got earlier of her legs peeking out from behind the couch. Turns out she was still alive, and Gordy goes down there to finish the job.
right.
Goes down there, starts beating her. You see his arms, and he starts eating her face. You know, and Jupe is kind of watching the whole thing, looking at him, but he also sees a shoe that's standing straight up. As if it's defying gravity.
Yeah.
And he's looking at that, and that's the thing that really saves his life. Because instead of staring at the monster, or not the monster, but the animal who is in this state, he is focusing on something very, very different.
Don't look him in the eyes.
Don't
right?
look him in the eyes. Exactly. All of a sudden, you're a threat.
Right.
And then the interesting thing, there was that moment, man, where Gordy's sitting there, and he's just takes his hat off, slams the hat down.
Yeah.
And then he looks over.
And he
sees Jupe.
Yeah, that
was a cold moment, man, because he's looking straight at him, and Jupe is freaking out. But fortunately, he's in a situation where the tablecloth from the table itself
it would have been
is
covered
over
his
his
eyes.
eyes.
Oh, I didn't think about it that
So
way.
it's veiling his eyes, right? He can it's translucent, so he can still see through it, but he's not looking directly into his eyes. So Gordy is aware that that's Jupe in there.
And Gordy starts walking over and just slowly coming over. And you're thinking the worst. You're immediately thinking the worst. And then he just goes...
with a bloody fist.
Right.
Now, one nice little detail here is that I didn't realize that Jordan Peele's studio is called Monkey Paw.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Bing, 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 bang. This motherfucker, dude. Anyway, so bloody Monkey Paw, right to Jupe, and Jupe fist bumps it.
And then that's
And
the end of the scene.
Bam! No, the end of the scene.
Oh, yeah, they
is
shoot him in the fucking head.
Yeah,
you're
right.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, there's that one moment he starts kind of chirping a little bit.
Yeah,
and
Gordy gets popped.
And Gordy gets popped. They lay him down.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that scene.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Jupe just like leaning on his desk, just staring. You know?
And then he's supposed to be preparing for the event.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Yes.
I knew that was like right up in there. I just that was the timing that was
right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much imagery, dude. Like, I mean, they really do. It's rapid
And
fire.
I think
in
at
this
some point before this, OJ actually, I mean, this is the big twist of the movie. Basically says is just like it's not what if it isn't a ship?
Yeah.
What if it's an animal?
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He's like, what if it's not a ship? And he kind of leaves it at that. But then
Yeah.
he starts talking about how it moves as if it's territorial.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
it feels like this is its home because that's what it tried to tell. But I think that happened afterwards because the next thing was we get to see Jupe setting up for his show. All these people came to Jupiter's Claim, and
then you get to see
every
his
week,
jacket up close
you
because
see
it's
his
the
jacket.
first
that's a
time
fly
you see
jacket.
it.
That is,
Yeah, with
that
that
is, the
saucer
UFO
on it.
on the back.
Yeah.
The saucer on the back, but also those flowers
Uh-huh.
are essentially Jean Jacket's true form.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's really, I mean, there
It's
was
masterful.
a lot of
It seriously is. Yeah.
so much narrative just in that one piece of clothing. Like it was crazy, man. But all these people have gathered, including one of the old stars from Gordy's home,
Yeah.
which
was
also just
the
Gordy's
girl.
home, GORDY' home, which could mean Gordy is home,
Yeah.
or Gordy's like possessive home.
Yeah.
Either way it goes, it's terrifying, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
for like what actually happened.
Yeah.
Like Gordy's home is just such a great fucking name.
Right. It's just
So
off-putting enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
girl that was on the ground
That
having
survived.
her
that
face
had her,
chewed off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she
she's
survived,
actually
and she's
veiled.
she's
yeah.
She's
yeah.
veiled, but the wind keeps whipping it up.
That's
but
right.
see,
I
like,
guess what
no
was fucked up
lips,
to me
no-
is she's wearing a shirt of her old face.
of her old face.
Yeah.
Well, child celebrities, right? I mean,
Like,
that's
look,
what,
that
when you
used to
peak-
be
that
me.
used to be me, you know what I'm saying? And now here's me. Because all of that is also based on a real story. I'm sure.
Right.
You talking about the lady
Yeah.
that had the chimpanzee?
And then
God,
Well,
dude, there's so
she
much of
didn't-
this. There's so
she
much of
didn't
it.
actually own
Own
the
the
chimpanzee. She was taking care of it for the friend who owned it.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
got
he's like, this. That's when
attacked.
I grabbed
Yeah.
the knife. You know, that was a weird interview. It was very creepy. So look
Yeah.
that one up, guys. And so so he's showing off this once again spectacle. He's like at 6:13 every day. That was a very prominent number in this movie. They said every week he feeds it a horse. And so he's gathering everybody around. He's like, what I'm going to show you is life-changing.
This is the big event
is the big
for
event.
this theme park.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's like it's gonna change everything. It's gonna change the way you look at life,
Right.
all this kind of
Right,
shit.
right.
And so he's ready. He has a nice little clicker that pulls the curtain off of a big box that's containing Lucky, a glass box with Lucky in it, and he tries to get Lucky to run out there. Lucky won't do it. Right?
Yeah.
Lucky's smart
Yeah.
horse. But we start to see Jean Jacket peeking. And it comes out, and
Yeah.
this is the first time we get a full view of what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So I think that Jupe, because of the interaction with Gordy, thought that he was special.
He did,
Right.
Yeah, he did.
And he thought that he had control over the beasts.
Yeah,
Right.
And
Absolutely.
nothing could touch him.
Right.
You know what I
You
mean?
know what
He
I'm
felt
saying? He's like,
invincible.
Yes.
I have tamed this.
I've
animal.
tamed this
Yeah.
animal, and now once again using spectacle for profit.
Yeah.
That's where he fucked up. Like he managed to survive Gordy's home, but
And
what
he should have
should-
never
he should have
done
never
this.
done anything with it. But what
Uh-huh.
he did was use that as a launch pad for the rest of his career and to keep making money.
Yeah.
And so it's very, very unfortunate that all of a sudden he brings all these other people in, and and here comes our UAP. It's actually a living organic vessel,
And it eats the
And it
whole
eats
fucking
everyone.
crowd. And I guess that's the point where you really see the insides, where it's these
Yes.
organic.
Yeah,
like,
because you have
baffles.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have everybody like being sucked up into it.
And then eventually you see a horse's corpse.
And-
Well, that's not a corpse. That's the decoy horse.
No, there's a brown horse in there.
There's a brown horse in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he actually did have a horse in there, but this also
A horse, of
this,
course.
This is something else that we failed to mention when in the very beginning when OJ and Otis, his father, are outside. They look up at the sky and they heard screaming. Right, just
Yeah.
for a moment they heard screaming. and it's just like, what the fuck is that? They never really knew.
Yeah.
This scene where Jean Jacket eats all the people, it explains where all that comes from.
Yeah.
Because a lady is getting sucked in and she's panicking. Everyone's being sucked into this thing. They
And they're
panic,
just screaming.
and they
Yeah.
start to scream. Once you start to scream, it pans back, and you hear all that screaming all together, and that's the sound of Jean Jacket.
Yeah.
That's the sound of
That's
it.
the sound that it makes.
Like a thing flying through the sky. So
Full
it sounds
of
like
victims.
what am I thinking of? Like oh man, what is it that makes that sound? That kind of thing moving around. I can't think of what it is. It's like a certain kind of engine or something. Like it sounds like really like that.
Okay.
I'm not placing it right now.
Right.
But it would seem like it was some kind of like movement thing or something
Right,
like that.
right.
But then when you recognize what it actually is,
Yeah.
is the cacophony of dead souls,
Dead
or
souls,
dying
screaming,
souls.
dying souls
Yeah.
being digested. Now,
Yeah.
the interesting thing is something. Okay, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, no. It does beg the question of what actually happened to these people, because like all that's happening, and then we can.
I mean, I bet they get
kinda-
melted.
yeah.
Well, maybe I don't know if it's melting or because what happened
He sure
was
did
when it was
pour
over.
all over the house.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, but
'cause
what
that's
happened?
what
Like there was
happened.
a screaming, and then it just stops.
Yeah.
It sounded like they were like. It sounded like they were crushed. Of course, they're probably
Yeah.
deconstructed in
Yeah.
some way.
I mean, it looks sticky
but
in there. I
for-
bet that's some kind of acid.
But
It's like
for blood to still
Yeah.
be able to be ejected, that's odd, right?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, think about it. Like what if you?
And I don't think it's ever had a meal that big before.
Right.
either.
It was
Yeah.
that was a big meal, and it also recently just eaten that meal, so maybe it wasn't all the way digested. So it was
Right.
like half digested an
Right.
entire crowd.
Because
of folks.
it was just like scream, scream, scream. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
like a Jean Jacket is over. Well, this isn't all of a sudden. We're really skipping a
Yeah.
huge
We're skipping-
segment,
Because
because
after that,
after
that's when he-
everyone's running.
Yeah.
and everyone sees this thing.
Oh, yeah.
including OJ, including the whole family. Angel is aware. Like
Yeah.
everybody sees it.
Well, yeah, I think it's then when OJ realizes what Jupe was doing to the horses.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
he says, I'm going to get lucky.
Right.
And that's why he's out in the truck
Yeah.
when Jean Jacket comes and M and Angel are in the house.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. And, that's when he ejects the entire audience
Right.
onto the house
Because,
as well as the decoy
like,
horse
while-
into.
Well, yeah.
Because
yeah.
while OJ is on his way back to the house,
Yeah.
Jean Jacket is overhead
Yeah.
over him for a little while, and then that's when he wants to snap a picture of it, but he's like, nope. All of a sudden, the horse, yes, okay, so no, the decoy horse
decoy
was still
horse,
in there,
yeah,
because the
it's
decoy horse
yeah.
flew out and
Exactly.
hit
Well,
hit
that's
the windshield of the
thing
truck.
with the
Yes.
decoy horse
As he was
is
driving.
the flags.
Yes.
With the flags, that's how you could tell for a lot of the movie. Okay, this is where Jean
Jean
Jacket
Jacket
is. It's like again, it's Jaws. It's what
Yeah.
the shark fin is.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's analogous to that.
Yeah.
So
Right,
Okay.
right, and so it is. It's over OJ, then drops the decoy horse. Decoy horse. Why is that so difficult? Decoy horse.
The decoy horse.
The decoy horse into his truck. He stays
decker
there
horse.
and ends up just going to sleep. Like he
Yeah,
sees
he's just-
Yeah.
Jean Jacket moves on and hovers over their home, and that's where it starts to spit out
Eject.
all of the blood.
Including,
but that's
did you
when,
see
when
the
you're
key?
above, when it's
Yeah.
above, yes. But when it's above the house, it's still screaming, 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 and then all of a sudden the screaming just stops.
Yeah.
Like all that screaming at the same time. That's why I would love to know the inner workings of this thing, because all of a sudden all the screaming stopped, and then we got our blood rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it painted the house that was once white red.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
red for the rest of the
Rest
movie.
of
For
movie.
real.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
it is.
crazy.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy.
It's marking his territory.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, because Otis is trying to tell her. He's like on the radio with her. He's like, it's a lot. It's territorial.
It's
And it
territorial.
thinks that this is his home. And it
That's
shuts
right,
off
and
right
that's
there.
and that's when you start getting the whole thing of just like, as long as you're not looking at it, if you're not looking directly at it, again the whole thing.
Well, he
don't
starts
look it in the
thinking like a
eye.
wrangler again.
Exactly.
He starts
Right.
being like, "Look,
Yeah.
I've been around animals that can fucking kill you my whole life."
Well,
like,
he
Right.
says he's just like, look, you can't really train a predator. You
Yeah.
just come to an agreement.
you come,
Yeah, you
really,
make-
yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, because he ended up, of course, the house gets drenched in blood, and eventually, it stays there for a very long time.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's right the fuck above us. And so he went to sleep. He ended up waking up. Now, there was another scene where he was running from it, and it ended up knocking him out.
Yeah, because it threw him.
Yeah,
because he deposited the horse into the stables real quick, and then it picked him up and threw him.
Right.
I think
and then
that
you
was
also know
before
that,
it.
and then it almost got M that way too.
Yeah.
I think
Remember,
that-
it looked like it was gonna suck M up, but she was like right on the edge.
That's
of
where
influence
she
now.
started. That was the first time when she was just like, "Yeah, we need to
we
be out
need
of
to
this."
go.
That
Right,
that
that's
was
when she wanted to
Yeah,
leave.
that was earlier in the film.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Because
That
it
was
did.
early.
It sucked her up. Now, some people theorize that because it started to suck her up and then she looked away from it, that's why it dropped her. It looked to me more like she was on the edge.
She was. It looked to me like she
right
was
on
more on the edge
of its influence, and
She just got lucky.
Just got
That's
lucky.
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, so at this point,
They get in touch with the cinematographer
that they worked with on the commercial,
Right.
very
yeah.
shortly,
and finally
Very, very
convince him to come out by
Because
basically.
he was always just watching. His name was Antlers, and he was always just watching like Predators. You know what I'm saying? Like footage that he had gotten.
Well,
of Predators hunting.
she
and it was
finally
on an old
gets him
reel-to-reel
out.
rig too. So
Yeah.
he's over there editing like this and looking
And it's just she's just like, I can give you the perfect shot.
he's like, no. What she said was
They
it's
try
the
to get him-
impossible
the
shot,
impossible
and
shot.
then he goes,
because
they
"That's
tried-
impossible."
Because initially they tried to get him to work on the film, but he said no. Until after everything that happened with Jupe and all those people got swept away, which the government also wrote off as a flash flood.
Dude, what the fuck in the whatever. Like that
that's probably how that would go down.
I also
Probably.
like it that they kind of make it, and this is kind of alluding to later too. Oh, it's just a weather balloon, right?
Yeah.
Like they kind of have that whole thing going on. The flags hanging underneath it kind of has that weather balloon thing going on.
Right.
It hiding in a cloud. The way that it expands itself later, like there's
Dude.
yeah.
But they come up
very
with this
thoughtful.
plan.
Very
It is,
thoughtful.
man.
Yeah.
Like
And
every step of the way.
It's MOJ. What was
Angel.
it? Angel and
Antlers.
Antlers. They set up all of these, wacky inflatable flailing arm men, like all around the ranch, because that's how they can tell where Jean Jacket is.
Right.
Well, hold on though. At first, when they talk to Antlers, he pretty much is like, "I got a bunch of people that are trying to celebrate my birthday. I don't care about this."
Right.
And he just hangs up on him. And it isn't
Right.
until he sees the news
Right.
that it even registers like maybe they weren't bullshitting me.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he comes out. He brings like a couple camera rigs that don't
like
run
analog
off.
It's like, I
rigs.
told you you'd bring a
analog
non-electric camera.
Bro, that was so great. That was
that.
so great. Angel was so hyped, dude.
Yeah. Oh, that was him and OJ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that was that her that said that?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
because they got that like 10 slap or
Oh, yeah.
that 20 slap going on, man.
Dude.
But nah, they come up with a plan. You got wacky inflatable flailing arm men all over the ranch.
Right.
Um,
so wherever Jean Jacket is, they'll power off.
Yeah, they'll power off so they know where he is.
Yeah.
And then what the plan is that Otis is actually going to
Lure.
he's going to be bait,
Yeah.
essentially,
He's gonna
to
lure Jean
lure
Jacket.
Jean Jacket out of the clouds so dude can film him, and then, then they have proof.
And they're just about to execute said plan, and all of a sudden,
TMZ shows up.
a guy on
Yeah.
a fucking motorcycle with a camera, with two cameras.
Two cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starts asking all kinds of funny
And a
questions.
beast mode helmet.
That's right. Yeah.
That
Jeez,
mirrored
with
helmet.
with the one circle.
With the one
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
That's really only there so they can justify the whole, looking at Jean Jacket kind of
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man, yeah, and so it's like, M walks up and she's like, "Can I help you?" And he just starts,
Well, actually, yes. And
Yeah.
starts asking her questions about everything.
aren't you the
that's been going
neighbors
on.
over at Jupiter's Ranch or
Uh-huh.
Jupiter's? What is it? Jupiter's
Claim.
Jupiter's Claim. Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is also.
Are you telling me that you don't know anything about the events that happened? What were you doing that night?
Yeah,
and
pulls
everything?
out of cameras. Oh,
And
shit.
she's like, "Oh
TMZ.
shit, yeah, it's
It's
TMZ."
TMZ. And this guy's like, "Well, I'm gonna go get a shot of this," and she's like,
It's
"You,
like,
you
no,
don't want to
you
go
don't
down
wanna
there,
go down
man.
there.
Go
You
down
really
there,
don't."
yeah.
And so he races off full speed, and Otis is like, "Well, you ever wanted to see what would happen to somebody if they're, going
Electric
like
bike.
80 miles an hour and their bike all of a sudden
Immediately
stops
shuts
You
off.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just crumples up, and he's like, "There's no way he survived that."
Yeah, but OJ wants to go out and help him. You know what I'm saying? He tries to go out
Yeah.
and save him,
Uh-huh.
and the guy's still more focused on. He's like, "Take a picture of me. You
Yeah.
know, take a picture.
Take a
Yeah,
picture.
you
Get
gotta
my
take a
camera.
picture of me
You know, give
before
my
you pick
camera.
me up. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't. No.
And OJ's like, "What the fuck, man?" But
Yeah.
once again, there's a spectacle.
Tries to
Right?
pick
But then,
him
People
up.
but then
will
it,
sacrifice
as
everything
soon as
just for it.
it's imminent, he's like, "Sorry, buddy."
Sorry, buddy. Down on your own. Yeah.
He was gonna try to save him,
He
but
was.
not like that.
Nope. Yeah, again, nope. You did it to yourself.
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So then that guy gets eaten.
Yeah. They start enacting the plan, and it seems like it's going well.
Yeah.
You know, but they still can't get the shot.
Right.
You know.
And then they have to reload film. You know, because
Yeah.
basically Antlers has the has his
that
camera
hang
that he has to wind.
Yeah,
So
and it's a
I'm
giant
I'm
camera that he's
imagining
got over
here
there,
that
right.
what he's done is set up a gear ratio where 1 per second
Yeah.
is 24.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Right.
that makes sense to me. Where all he has to do is keep that time.
And he's got Angel over there to reload
Right.
his film.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just constantly. Just
But
on
because
it.
of that, he has to have both hands to work the camera.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And he's also a lazy bastard because he's an old director, so
Right.
he's getting
Yeah.
everybody else to do the work for him. Right.
Absolutely. Yep.
He's just there for the shot.
And Angel
man.
just wants to be a part of it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Angel just wants to be a part of it.
Angel was a part of it, regardless of what anybody told him.
Right.
You
He
know what
wasn't
I'm
going to
saying?
take no
From the
for
very
an answer.
beginning.
You're kind of right
and I was
about
like,
that.
He wasn't
he's
going to
not
take
leave.
nope for an answer.
Right. I know. Yeah. Man, Angel's totally one of those guys that you know, he's not really your friend, but he's just always there.
But no, I
and then
think-
eventually he becomes your friend, and you're like,
well,
"What?"
that's the thing. It's like, yeah, dude. It's like he's one of those guys that's very like disappointed with life in general. Life has nothing to offer him. He's been mining Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Did
So
have
he's got like a
thick
small fortune
rig over there.
Yeah, dude. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So he's just, I mean, what life is boring to him, you know. But when they are discussing, you know, making this film, he was like, okay, well, yeah, if we can let people know about this, and it can help the world.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
was
exactly.
the person that was the most hopeful about the possible
we can either
of
tell
this
people about
footage.
their existence or how to potentially kill them, or you know,
Right.
he's
Yeah.
really thinking of it in a real
a
positive,
very positive way. It's like,
Yeah.
how can this benefit us as humanity? And
Yeah.
that's where he is. While, you know, them on the ranch, they're like, we're trying to save the ranch, bro.
Yeah,
and
we
we're trying
are.
to make some money because we need it.
But I love it when the director first gets there and he's like, "So why don't we just send a horse out there? Go ahead and let him eat him." And then
He's
Angel's like, "Horse people."
Horse people.
Horse people, yeah.
No, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And he goes,
But then my boy starts, you know, going through the one-eyed, one-horn, flying
purple
purple.
people.
Yeah, that
Dude,
was
when I
weird.
first heard it, the lyrics started coming, I was like,
I was like,
that
oh, no.
jam.
and then you're like, "This song's a lot creepier than I remember."
yeah.
it
Well, I've
being,
always thought that.
actually.
Even as a kid, I was like,
Yeah.
this song is fucked up.
Right.
But I didn't think he was going to go into the hook.
The
'cause I thought it was
whole thing.
implied.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
exactly.
like, but then I was looking around the crowd. I'm like, there are probably some people in here who
That
don't
Don't
know
even
that
know
song
that.
is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Right.
even
And
a
so
song.
then he goes into the chorus. I'm like, motherfucker.
Right.
You know, it's so good, man. But yeah.
Yeah, they finally get Jean Jacket to come out, and now it's just, you know, gloves off.
Yeah.
Like Jean Jacket is just like, I'm just gonna, like, this is my territory.
Right.
I'm gonna get everybody here. Like, he ain't even hiding in clouds anymore.
Yeah.
And what is it? He starts to open up, and he starts turning into like
Well,
this kind
before
of.
That's
that-
not, no, he
before that-
crashes him.
He
that's,
crashes.
That's when he.
Yeah, because like, you know, OJ is basically just he's taming the goddamn.
Right.
He's taming
Yeah.
Jean Jacket. It's
So
happening.
he has all
He
the
has
the flags behind
Right,
it.
because
Yeah,
Jean
but then
Jacket
he-
comes down and is about to try to suck him up,
And then he
but he
pops up this
unravels all
balloon.
the flags.
Yeah.
yeah, right. And Jean Jacket like that shot
is amazing.
Oh, it's so
amazing.
good.
fucking
Yeah.
good, man. It's like it just careens off at the last second, and it's just like flawlessly, like it
Right.
looked believable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, at that point, Jean Jacket had like, you know, because of the decoy horse and the fact that he couldn't digest it was obviously fucking with it.
Right. He's
now
like,
he
oh, that thing, stay
now
away
he,
from it.
Yeah. Now he associates those colors
Training,
and that.
baby.
Yeah. Exactly.
Training. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? He tries to eat Angel, and Angel wraps himself in barbed
In
wire.
Barbed wire,
Bro.
and dude, it's sucking
Fucking
the
his hands
fences
up.
up. You can hear him ripping the posts out of the
Yeah.
ground, and then you just see a string of it with the thing, and then he comes crashing back down to the ground. And at that point, that's when the other director decided, "Fuck
fuck
shit!
this.
I'm gonna get the right
You
shot.
don't deserve
you guys,
the
yeah.
perfect
Yeah,
shot.
he's
guys
like,
don't-
no, we
yeah.
don't deserve deserve the impossible.
We don't deserve
the
We don't
impossible.
deserve the impossible. Yes.
And this is actually kind of funny here because
he goes out and goes gorilla.
he goes gorilla, and he's out there with a smaller camera, and he's out there whining it, trying to get that
He
shot.
like fucking
Right.
unravels it as if it's a minigun.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got that predator look to it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing about it, man, is like, at no point is anyone trying to attack Jean Jacket. At no point is anybody trying to kill it necessarily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of we just want to get this shot.
Right.
It's a bad situation. That's just it, right? In most films like this, it would have gone into combat immediately. But that's not what's happening here. And so it's like all these things are kind of a metaphor. And so when he whips that off, that is him with a chain gun. You know what I'm saying?
That's
a
exactly
chain gun
that's
moment.
exactly it.
Right. You know, it's that
Max
last
shooting
stand.
into the forest.
There it is.
Yep.
Absolutely. We've seen it. We've seen it in Predator.
And
you know
then
what I'm
he
saying?
gets sucked the fuck up. Yeah.
And
then
so
he's
we
gone.
don't know what
But-
happened to that footage.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Is I actually think that very intentionally in this film, all of that footage was ruined.
Maybe.
Because I think that it's a nod back to the key point here is that when you're doing this, when you're showing yourself to the camera eats you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what the whole thing is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the monster's mouth is an aperture.
It's an
Yeah,
aperture.
right?
exactly.
Like the
Absolutely.
whole
It's
thing.
the lens.
So that
Yeah.
does that
when
takes
he
us
when he
to,
opens up
at that
that's the
point,
lens.
you know, it presents itself to OJ.
Yeah, because once it crashes,
Because
it's like fuck that. I'm turning into as he put it, he turns into a Genova. at
Right,
the
he
end.
does. He
He
goes
was
super
like-
Genova, but I mean, and a lot of it could be that you crashed me, so I'm gonna show you my true form and fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be like, oh fuck, respect, man. You know what I'm saying?
It might be because
it's not a matter of you're not just food. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yeah.
you're a warrior amongst your
now
your
you're
people.
now
You're my
yeah.
equal.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
You know?
also one of those things where it's just like you see animals that feel intimidated by
So then
others.
they puff up.
So they
That's what he
puff
did.
up, they
That's
puff
exactly
up.
what he did.
He's puffing up.
Right.
You,
You
know?
made
and
him
that's, he's
intimidated.
and he's showing you his fucking camera lens. And it's just like, watch out. I'm dangerous.
Right.
You know?
Right. And so so he ends up not. Or does he end up eating OJ? There's a lot of things.
No, he doesn't.
This movie.
He doesn't eat
implied.
OJ. You see, no,
dude. Well, no,
you
you
see
don't.
him.
You see, M sees an image of him on a horse that's
yeah.
perfectly still without yonder. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't move.
But that's at the
and
very
so
end.
exactly. So we don't know.
I thought he smiled at her
No,
He
the
did
last thing he did was that thing. Right
on
Which
the
is-
horse.
Right, he was on horseback. He did that thing to her, and that's when she went and cut loose the balloon.
Nah, dude, he's at the end.
No,
He's
at
at
the
the
end,
very,
at the
very
very
end.
no, at the very end, he's just on the horse, but he's sitting there perfectly still. Like there's a big like argument right now, like as far as on the internet, as far as whether he lived or died, because a lot of these things are left to audience interpretation. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no, because if he did die,
But he shows
died
up
off
where all the
camera.
reporters are.
OJ.
Yes, on the horse
Yes.
in the Scorpion King jacket.
I'm trying to remember exactly how that.
Yeah,
whole thing
because you know how she's trying to take the pictures of it,
I-
right?
yeah.
So she's
Cranks
sitting there,
that,
she's cranking
crank
it,
it,
and
boom,
she
gets her shot.
right. She gets her
Yeah.
shot. It goes away, okay, because that's when the interception happened in the sky.
Right, exactly. No, it
Okay.
goes away and goes boom.
Right,
Yeah.
Right.
It goes away. It goes boom, and then that's when all the reporters are behind her,
And
and
show
then all
up,
the
yeah.
dust is stirred up in the area, and she's leaned up against the other side of the well, and she's crying basically
Because she
Cause
thinks that
she's-
OJ
she
got
thinks
got.
and then she
Yeah.
and then she sits up,
And then she
and the
sees
dust
him.
clears, and OJ's on the horse looking right at her.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but he's on the horse looking right at her, but it's
Standing
not
there.
confirmation. That once again, man.
I don't
there's-
think it's
he's right
him
beyond,
hallucinating.
Once again, he's right beyond the sign, the out yonder sign that we
Yeah.
saw earlier. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I think
And so
Look,
that's a pretty obvious one for me.
I
that he
feel like-
survived.
maybe we need to watch
that may
it again.
be an
Right.
interesting.
We
I
need
think
to-
that's an interesting theory, but I don't think it's a good theory.
I want to watch it again.
because
Well,
there's
yeah,
nothing
that's-
else
that's
like
right.
that in the whole fucking movie.
well, no. even when-
Hallucinations don't you don't have that in
It's
the
not
rest
like
of the
she's
movie.
hallucinating the
So
rest
why
of the
are they
time.
going
But
to
it's
bring it
not
up
a
at the
matter
very
of-
begin at
well,
the
I
very
think
end?
it's a matter of hope for her. You know what I'm saying? Because this whole thing was her redemption,
man.
right? Her learning about her family's legacy.
Well, it's both of
and learning
theirs.
to care. Well, kind of, but he was already all about his family.
Yeah.
She was not. She wanted to escape, be away from it all, leave all that shit behind. You know what I'm saying? She didn't see the value in all those things.
Yeah.
Like through all this action, through all this like turmoil, is where she found the true value of her legacy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden wanted to stand up for her legacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a very different thing. That is one of those things that makes me, at this point, I really want to see this movie again and reevaluate for myself.
Yeah.
Because I have.
Okay.
I've read like a lot of articles and looked at it. If you look it up right now,
Oh
man.
no, that sounds like a lot of people
everybody's
weren't looking
like-
at the screen when they saw him standing there clear as fucking
Yeah.
day.
Right, theoretically, man. That was just kind of that's kind of weird. But now, just listening to you two, now I'm doubting my own memory, and so I'm just
Yeah,
because
because I mean, to me that was like to me that moment was so obvious that he was still alive that it made me feel relief.
Right,
Like I remember being
exactly.
like, oh yes, okay, OJ's
cool.
still,
He made it.
still
Yeah,
around.
He made it, and they got the picture.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and they got the picture of it.
So,
yeah, so that means
I
they
mean,
can
like,
go to Oprah.
Exactly.
That's what I was thinking. Is hey, they going to Oprah?
They're going to Oprah. Yeah.
Because I mean, what the next scene that would have happened would be M explaining to everybody the what happened, because there's all the reporters right there.
Uh-huh.
So she would have been the one that gave testimony to,
That's
to
right.
all of it.
And that's when
Yeah.
it cuts the credit, and instead of just like a black credit, it's
Yeah.
orange. You know.
right here,
It was
it's
orange
like
as
he's
shit.
Surrounded by, he's at the entranceway. Here we go, entranceway to out yonder, surrounded by fog. Is he really alive, or is he just a vision?
I think it
ends
was.
the movie before giving a definitive answer.
That
either
doesn't
way.
make-
See, but they don't
that
have
d- that
visions
does-
anywhere
I'm just
else in
saying.
the movie.
But
That
who
doesn't make
knows?
any sense.
But I mean, well,
It's
yeah,
not- it's
I
not
mean,
like-
look,
about
look,
making
no.
sense so much.
Jordan Peele's too good of a fucking filmmaker. He would have at least seeded
No,
that
the
idea
point-
before.
No, the point,
it's like
the point
no.
is to make people guess and second guess. The point is to have this conversation.
Yeah,
the
but
point
I-
isn't to
I
just
don't
tell
know, like,
you what to think.
If,
The
I
point
mean,
is
but
to
if
let
it
you
wasn't,
think.
but if it
This-
wasn't for somebody else going like oh I don't know maybe,
Yeah.
then I would have never even thought about it because I thought
Right,
it was
it's
so
not
clear.
It's
I thought
not
it was
an
so
ambiguous
clear.
ending.
Yeah, it didn't look
doesn't
ambiguous to
feel
me.
Ambiguous.
It's
this
not
isn't
like-
the ending of Inception,
Right,
You
yeah,
know, where
yeah.
it's like, is he alive or not?
Yeah.
No, it's
It's-
pretty fucking
The
obvious that
interesting
Yeah.
thing
he is
I
alive.
think that you two are two of the only people that are just like 100%. Here's what happened. He's alive. They won.
I mean, believe what
The
you
good
want
guys
to.
won.
You're wrong, but you know. I'm
don't-
just saying, man.
Hey,
Jordan
man.
Peele's too good of a filmmaker. He would have
What are you
seeded the
talking about?
idea.
That dude
of,
loves mystery.
Yeah, I
you ever
don't-
see the end of
no.
I Said Bitch?
but this is
Anyway.
a different.
That dude was just floating off
Anyway.
into space. He was
I said,
he likes that creepy, weird shit that just kind of haunts you.
the surrealism, man.
You know,
He likes it.
absolutely.
He likes
Yeah,
surrealism.
dude.
Yeah.
And so, but who's to say? Like, this is definitely a movie that's worth watching. It's definitely
Absolutely.
a movie that I want to watch again
Uh-huh.
and just see all of the breadcrumbs, because I noticed a lot of them when I was watching it the first time.
Yeah.
You know, there were a lot of little things that I'm like, oh, this is alluding to this, that.
There's got to be some stuff though that
we
we
missed.
all missed.
Yeah.
Right,
Absolutely.
exactly. And so,
I mean,
and
this
think
is
that
a-
it would
this is
be
a
lot
buy.
of fun.
Absolutely.
It's hardcore. Hardcore. I want to own it. You know, one of those movies that if it's on at any point in time, I'm just
I'll
like,
watch
You're
it
just
okay,
gonna
again.
watch it, yeah. Yeah.
Right, you know.
Yeah, man, it's basically him doing those old school blockbusters that we just
Yeah,
Right,
and this
right.
is his.
we don't get
We
those
don't get
But
this
it's
kind
his
of stuff
own
We don't get this
anymore.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff
spin
anymore.
on the UFO genre.
Absolutely.
You know,
Right,
where
because
it's
I
like
mean,
it's
still
not
just
about, like,
simply
alien invasion or
conceptually here, the
Right.
idea that UFOs are actually just creatures
Right.
instead of
Yeah.
them being ships
Yeah.
is so cool.
That's so
Yeah.
That
cool.
that right
It's
there is
neat.
enough to
And
make
dude,
the movie
look,
super unique.
This movie has changed the way I look at the sky.
I was
Yeah.
talking to Robbie about that the whole time
Uh-huh.
we were driving. Afterwards,
Uh-huh.
I kept looking at up at these clouds, and I was like,
Yep.
I don't like it.
I've done that
Can't I
all
have a
fucking
couple
week.
of months ago where I was looking at clouds and thinking about Red Dead?
Uh-huh.
Now I'm looking at clouds
It's-
and thinking,
dude.
nope.
Dude,
Nope.
I'm telling you, because like that day we went to Sumo. Like I told you, we went to
Yeah.
Sumo get some food, and we were waiting for our table, and we're sitting outside waiting, and we're just looking up. You know, we're at Patton Creek, so looking up at in that atrium, you have a clear view, beautiful blue sky, thick white clouds. We were just looking at all the different types of clouds that were all stacked
Yeah.
up in one area, and we were just sitting there just looking at it and just talking about it, and then we watched this fucking movie, and then we were just like, Well, that very happy moment that we had, all of a sudden I'm just like, I don't know about
like
that,
it.
man. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. And I will say that I definitely believe that if you have not watched this movie yet, you should definitely make the effort to watch it in theaters.
Yes.
I think not only having, because it was shot in IMAX, so not only having the screen itself, but that sound direction is impeccable.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
having a really powerful, a really good sound system is really kind of
and you can hear what everybody's saying. Oh my God, no one's fucking whispering in this goddamn movie. Nobody whispers in this fucking movie. Fuck me.
Yes, man. Yes. And so definitely watch Nope. A lot of people are going to try to tell you that it's not the best of Jordan Peele's movies, whatever.
I don't know. I kind of think this is probably his most ambitious film.
I think it is. Absolutely.
It
mostly
is.
pays off.
Right.
And
mostly.
He said,
and it's not aimed specifically at one demographic.
Nope.
You know, and that's the whole thing about movies like Nope and Us. You know, they're very not Nope. Sorry, Get Out and Us.
Yeah.
They're very very powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very powerful conceptually.
Yeah.
They're very powerful from a very realistic point of view, especially if you're one of those people who may have thought along these lines. This is a movie for everybody. I mean, even if you got 8-9-year-old kid, they can. Now the Gordy scene.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was thinking about it later.
Thing.
I was really thinking about it later, and I was like, Yannicka. Oh no, the Gordy scene.
It's only the Gordy scenes, right? That's the terror that flaps in the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, highly, highly, highly recommended.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, anything else?
Yeah, it kind of had some Exorcist vibes to it too.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, not Exorcist.
That Akira.
There's the Akira slide. There is the Akira slide.
About the goddamn Akira slide.
There is the Akira slide on the electric bike.
And here's
by the way,
thing, man. This is
Did you see her face when she was doing it?
Hell yeah,
she was smiling.
She
so
knew
big.
exactly what she was doing.
This isn't
so
the
weird.
first.
It's kind of counter to what was actually going on.
Yeah.
But she was just like, this is boss.
Yeah. But this isn't the first homage to that scene. It's been done countless times in fucking anime.
But never,
several times.
Never
that. Yes.
Never live.
It's been done live.
And
it has.
Who?
Fuck, I can't remember. But it has been done live.
I didn't see evidence on that
there's
one.
look it up on YouTube. There's a Akira bike slide compilation.
Did they nail it like that? Because that was like
no, and that's that's what I'm gonna say.
The first thing
no one has ever done it that well.
Right.
Okay.
They nailed it. I was like, oh shit! The whole scene is like that's Akira slide.
Yeah.
You know, I was screaming. I was literally.
So
screaming.
That's the best one that has been done. And now any bike scene that comes after that doesn't have an Akira slide is just doing it wrong.
Well, I don't know. I don't think you can do it. I think that now you'd have to manage somehow to top that Akira slide.
Right.
And I don't know how you're going to pull that off.
Well, shit,
dude.
Now,
watch Akira.
If they ever actually make the live
action.
If they ever actually make the live action Akira, can they even do the Akira
Probably
slide
not.
now?
They'll have to go to Jordan Peele. Be like, okay, who was your stunt team?
Well, he was attached to it. That's the thing. There's meta layers to it. He was attached to that film for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
he was attached to the live action Akira for a while.
Oh my god!
He probably just wanted to do the damn slide.
Yeah.
You know, and it was so masterfully executed. And then, in order to make an Akira slide necessary, the stakes have to be high.
Yeah.
You know,
and they were
super high.
And they were.
Absolutely. That was the coolest little Easter egg, man.
Yeah, man.
I didn't see it coming. I was like, man, you made this.
See, I already knew about it, but even when I
you?
saw it, I was still like, ooh, that looks so good.
Well, I managed to avoid pretty much all spoilers for this. I saw a trailer that aired, I think it was in Spain. It's Nop.
Yeah.
P, exclamation, upside down, exclamation. I don't know the word for that. Sorry, guys. And then exclamation on the back end. But this trailer showed everything. You saw the final form of Jean Jacket. You saw Jean Jacket itself coming down, and like the actual creature, all in this trailer.
Why?
And I was sitting like, even if you watch reviews of this movie or
they don't
breakdowns,
show you that.
They don't show that far into the movie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But this trailer had it all. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, that would have changed my entire movie-going experience.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there waiting for that giant undulating
flower jellyfish.
Because I could have, dude. I'll tell you, I could watch Jean Jacket forever.
Yes.
Like if it's just like a screensaver of Jean Jacket, like I would love to have that, and I would just watch it just like unravel itself and then pulse and undulate and then open up his aperture mouth, you know, and watch that pulsate. You know, like I would definitely just spend time just staring at that shit. It'd be so good.
Well, is that the show?
That was the show.
That's the show.
The show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out, being in the chat. Remember to like, share, subscribe. There's links in the description for everybody. And not sure what we're doing next week, but we'll figure it out. I am hurting, so thank you again, and goodbye.
Love y'all.
Come back next week.
My glasses.
You